2000, I believe. One of the biggest singles there was a song called "Because I Got High" by Afroman.
Oh yeah, of course.
And it's just a song about he was going to go to work, but then he got high. He was going to clean his room. He got high. And it was a time when marijuana hadn't been legalized everywhere, so there was still something.
It was fun to talk about.
Right. Oh, yeah, I can relate to this guy. So he's kind of like been a legend ever since. You know what I mean? Like he's just this character, and he goes by the name Afroman. He's always gone by the name Afroman. And I guess he's been living in Ohio this whole time. And he's been performing locally, and he's been doing shows and coming out with songs, but he's a very independent artist. And in 2022, this story broke that police suspected him in trafficking narcotics and kidnapping people. And I had heard he didn't even know how to hogtie people. But they said, so they raided his house. He's got this house in Ohio, and it's got a gate. I know it's got a gate. And it's got a door, and I know it's got a door.
You know a lot about this house.
I do. Well, it's been part of great songs that I've heard. So the cops came in, and they broke his gate, and then they broke his door, and they busted in, and they started looking through everything that they could find, and they did not find a goddamn thing. There was no narcotics that could be trafficked, and you know what else they didn't find in there? Kidnapping victims. They didn't find not one victim of kidnapping was in that house. And so, Afroman comes home. Stuff has been confiscated, because they want to further with the investigation, whether it's electronics. Cash was confiscated. I don't know, if they want to, dust it for residue or something. I don't know why they have to take the cash, but they took the cash. And they broke the door and the gate. And so Afroman goes down to the police station. This is in 2022. And he says, hey, I'd like, what's going on? Apparently he brings like the news broadcast team with him, but he said that was for his own protection, not because he wanted to make a show out of the whole thing. And they said, he said, well, I know you didn't find anything. I'd like my stuff back, please. And so they're like, okay, we'll give you your stuff back. And there was a little bit when they gave him the cash back, when they wrote down how much cash they took, it was like $5,000. And then when they gave him the cash back, I think it was like $4,700. So he's like, what about, there's a few $100s missing. They said it was an error. They said it was an accounting error. They said, no, we just wrote it down wrong the first time. Afroman did not buy that. He didn't believe it, but that's what they said. And then he said, will you please fix my door and fix my gate? You broke the door. There's nothing in there. And they said, and he said, we're not legally required to do that. We don't have to fix your door. Just because we didn't find anything doesn't, the judge gave us an order to search your residence. We don't have to fix your door. And Afroman got furious.
It's like $20,000 in repairs.
Right. The gate and the door are kaput. Now, the other thing is you're wondering, well, how can we just take his word for all this? We don't have to take his word for all this because he has security cameras in his house. And I've seen the video of the police raiding his house. Mm-hmm. And the reason that I've been able to see that is not because I know Afroman personally, but it's because he decided, well, okay, if you're not going to fix my door and you're not going to fix my gate, then I'm going to need to produce income in order to fix my door and my gate. And so he decided to take this incident in which he felt he had been wronged and create music and music videos with it. So he started using the footage, and they unplugged his video at some point. They disconnected his video. And the reason that I know all the details that I just said is because all these details are spelled out in different songs that Afroman put out, because it started to catch fire. And so he put out, using the video footage of the raid, he put out a full album. He made
his 18th album.
His 18th album.
What?
Yes, 18th album.
I thought he had the one song.
No. He's a prolific recording artist. That's the word for it, Travis. That's 100% right. No, he's put out a full. He's got a whole library.
He's put out 2 since then, by the way.
Since this album.
Albums. Mm-hmm. Albums or songs?
Albums.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got 20 albums.
Since the Lemon Pound Cake album?
Yeah.
No, he does a lot. And he made music videos for just about every song on the album.
Wow, where does he get this budget?
And that, well, I will tell you, the production value does appear to be produced independently.
Okay.
And I believe he does a lot of it at his house.
At his house, I believe at his home.
He
At
has
his
a large property.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And they searched it all. No kidnapping victims or narcotics to traffic.
Nothing.
Nothing. And he also made merch with the pictures of the officers
With them.
from the raid. Oh, they're on the shirts.
Oh.
Yes. And he put the first one was it was called "Will You Help Me Repair My Door?" Do you want to hear a little bit of it?
Please.
This is "Will You Help Me Repair My Door?"
Good color.
I know. I don't know if I would paint my whole house green.
Well, you could see, yeah, he paints his house green, and you start to get to know a lot of what he went through, because not only does he have the footage, but he's telling the story musically. At one point, he says, "Did you find any kidnapping victims in my CDs?" Like, because they were looking through all his CDs, and he knows what they were doing. They were looking through all his CDs. He goes, "You're searching for kidnapping victims. Did you find them in my CDs? Did you? Oh, you didn't? Oh, so they were just CDs. Oh, okay. I see what you did there." And the fact that it's paired with these, I mean, it makes them look like buffoons.
Yeah.
That the cops are looking through CDs as if they're gonna find kidnapping victims on a CD rack, which you couldn't fit any human being in a CD rack.
It looks like he's got those old CD towers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, those are
He's
awesome.
old school.
Yeah.
He's old school. That's what he likes. That's what he likes. That's how he likes to organize his music. But he doesn't hide kidnapping victims
There were
in the
none in
CD
there?
racks. No. And I heard it from the song.
What about the suit pockets?
I heard no, and they were looking for 1,000 pounds of weed in his suit pockets, and they didn't find 1,000 pounds of weed in his suit pockets either. So you could see they're painted as buffoons in his songs, and he doesn't blur the faces out or anything like that. He's like, "I got you. You were in my home, on my camera. This is my video. This is you wouldn't have happened if you hadn't made a mistake." And there's a line in "Will You Help Me Repair My Door?" There's actually a whole verse where he points out that the sheriff walked in. There's one moment, and this moment, I believe, is with all the mistakes that were made, raiding his house, breaking his door, breaking his gate, accusing him of kidnapping people. With all the mistakes that were made, I do believe that the biggest mistake may have been that when the sheriff walked in, he looked very quickly, but I find longingly, at the lemon pound cake. Because you saw in "Will You Help Me Repair My Door?" there's a line about, that Afro Man is willing to share the lemon pound cake. Because he's saying, I was watching this video, and I noticed that, "Sheriff, you were looking at my lemon pound cake. If you'd like, I'll share it with you," right? And so that was an album track we just heard.
Oh, that wasn't the hit?
No. There is a hit, though. The hit is a song called "Lemon Pound Cake." And this is a song that he was able to take on the road. This is a song that he was able to perform live in concert. This is the song that the police officers and the whole department kind of said ruined their lives. Because I guess specifically in Ohio, and again, this is going back, this started 4 years ago. The raid was in 2022. Yep. But Afro Man decided to put out a song called "Lemon Pound Cake" that clarifies his stance on what the officers were able to find in the house. If you want to hit it. It's interesting because even in Randy Walters is a son of a bitch, where he's talking about having sex with his wife, he's telling you what the problem here is.
Right.
Even in that song, the verse part is "fix my door." He's mad that his door wasn't fixed. He says, "Fix my door." He says, "Stop stealing my dough," because he thinks that it was not a paperwork error,
right?
That they took some of his money, and then also he's annoyed that they disconnected his video because when they realized they were on camera in his house, they disconnected the video, I guess. So this ends up going further. I mean, I don't know even if you guys saw, there's another song I believe called "Lick 'em Low Lisa."
Oh.
Did you see "Lick 'em Low Lisa"?
There's that one. I think Sean Groom and Grooms.
There was another one called
really
Now,
Sean.
is he running through just all of the officers that
One
were
by
there?
one.
Okay.
One by one. Yes. That's great. And just going out there, that's right. He did Sean Groom and Grooms. He did "Lick 'em Low Lisa." He did, and he wrote about, first it was the general thing, then it was about each person individually, right? And so the department is saying, I mean, and it's not stopping.
He's continuing to make music.
He
about
won't
this.
stop, and he won't stop performing it. He won't stop selling merchandise with their faces. He won't stop.
He's inspired.
He's inspired. And I don't know if he was asked this, but I think he'd probably tell you they became his muse. You know what I mean? That this is, and it's rejuvenated this sort of national interest in Afro Man.
And when you have a winning formula, you just got to keep going with it.
That's right. That's right. You realize, like, listen, this is what the audience wants.
Give the people what they want.
Right. And it's like, aren't they going to get tired of hearing about the fact that your door wasn't fixed? And he's like, no, honestly, there still seems to be quite an appetite for it.
The other tracks may have gotten a little bit more. I don't know how you guys, as music fans, describe it. May have gotten a little more pop.
Sure.
But Groom and Grooms, to me, is.
Do you want to hear a little bit of it?
I think we should hear about
Why
Groom and Grooms.
Grooms?
Well, his name is Grooms.
Uh-huh.
What do you want to say, bro?
And there may have accusations around.
Accusations?
Well,
Yes.
I don't want to get into the legalities personally.
What did she say exactly that this played into the divorce?
She was tired of hearing about it. People asking her, is her husband a thief? And how could he do something like this?
Sean, she's a Sean, grooms, girls, high on shrooms, drops, his fruit of the looms, and cheap, hotel room, Vinny bang, bang, ding, da ding dong, fucks him with brooms. Sean Grooms. Sean Grooms, girls, high on shrooms, drops his fruit of the looms, and cheap hotel rooms. Sean Grooms, girls, high on shrooms, drops his fruit of the looms, and cheap hotel rooms. Then he bang, bang, ding, da ding dong, fucks him with brooms. Sean Grooms, blame me for his divorce. Not his divorce, but his ex-wife Rhonda said he was having too much intercourse. Sean Grooms, what is he doing now? Is an Adams County cop.
Okay, it's very biographical.
He got sex on duty. Not on duty. With every drug addict he stopped. All right, baby, spread them. Natasha Purdenbuck.
So you could,
in the street, she was
you could turn it
dancing
down.
alone.
Full name.
Yeah. I mean, it's very like here's what's going on. He just communicates better in musically, but they're detail oriented songs, and they're all based on like case records and court documents and all of this stuff that he was able to get because he dedicated his life. Afro Man dedicated his life to doing this because he was so put out by what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like he's not making anything up.
No.
No, I don't think he is.
No. So all of this is happening, right? Mm-hmm. And they're all talking about how their lives are being ruined by this GD Afro Man.
Oh, this is affecting them.
Very much so, they say. So much so that they decide, I know what we need to do.
Fix the guy's door.
Troy, God, if you had only been in the room. Just buy him a whole new gate at this point.
Just be like, dude, just take the songs down. Here's your door.
Please stop.
Pool the money together, even if you've got to do it on your own.
Right.
It's funny. You won.
You
were wrong.
We did a fundraiser. We got everybody to put money in the fireman's boots. Whatever we have to do. You're
Salts
ruining
and
our
brownies.
lives. Yeah. Here's the gate.
Yeah.
It's a brand new gate. It's got a remote on it.
Yeah.
It's better than the one we left. Here's a new door for you too.
Yeah.
We're gonna install it for you. No, they decided to sue him. They decided to sue him for defamation to the tune of $3.9 million.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, $3.9 million. And I think they were thinking, no, don't worry. He's not going to want to go through all this. He'll settle. Mm-hmm. Afro Man instead decided, let's see where this goes.
Bet.
As it turns out, Afro Man was not busy. So he did have time to go through the entire trial. And so he would show up to court and he would have a full American flag suit on with an American flag tie and American flag sunglasses with, of course, his giant afro.
Do we know if he's MAGA?
Well, I mean, look, I don't think that it applies here.
Right.
there are people trying to dig up the fact that I don't know, he's MAGA, but
Why?
not.
Because he's wearing the American flag?
No, I think he did MAGA stuff before.
Oh, okay.
But
I haven't kept up.
But they, MAGA,
but regardless, I mean,
When
this
you're right,
is
you're right.
this is a different thing. I mean, this is above party lines. You know why?
Why is that?
It's hilarious.
It is. This is great.
Because I don't care who you voted for. Would you want your door getting kicked down?
No.
By a son of a bitch?
I'd be just as upset.
Right. And so, defamation is really tricky. Because with defamation, you have to prove that you said things that were knowingly false, with malicious intent, that you intended to, ruin these people's lives. And then they would have to prove that they were false. When it goes to trial, what ends up happening is everybody that goes on the witness stand has to be very specific about what they didn't like and explain. Why are you guys giggling?
This is just
Thinking of a Nathan Fielder
this is
joke
so
from before.
silly.
And explain what the real issue is. So, for example,
You have an example?
yeah. You remember Officer Walters, who they said he was a son of a bitch
Yes.
That's right, from the song.
from the song.
Right.
Well, there were a couple of different moments where they got him on the stand and asked him about the veracity behind actually being a son of a bitch and Afro man having sex with his wife. They asked him on the stand.
Oh, good.
Do you want to hear how he did?
We have this on video?
The whole thing's on video.
Please.
Is this on Court TV?
Yeah. I think what's her face? Top mom lady was handling
Nancy
a lot.
Grace.
Nancy Grace was handling it. Yeah.
So you're claiming that is the defamation statement is that he said he had sex with your wife.
Yes.
Okay. And that's painted you in a false light.
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
Yes!
Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question because you said we don't know.
You sued.
I just
Been with
wanna
that
make
woman since middle school.
sure. I know.
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there. And it's a problem.
So it's something we cannot verify the truth of?
Oh, this is so great.
Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false?
Ask your client.
So he's saying, I don't know for sure. I don't know what he was thinking. He's saying, I don't know for sure. And it's like, well, what? Like that had to be, when he goes, I don't know. You got to be sitting there as the lawyer going like, nope. No further questions.
It's like, well, I can't lie.
Did we just do this?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And then he also said that his mom's been dead for years. Earlier in the testimony, he said his mom's been dead for years. So you couldn't right now say whether or not she was a bitch. That's true. That happened at the trial.
Because the song refers to him as...
Son of a bitch.
Right.
I mean, and this was happening. This was happening the whole time. I mean, the sheriff had to take the stand to talk about the lemon pound cake.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to hear the testimony about the lemon pound cake?
Please.
Okay.
Sean, you were called Officer Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman?
Okay, actually, hit pause right there.
I mean, you'll never live this down.
Called Officer Pound Cake, and then Afro Man did make T-shirts that said Officer Pound Cake, and it had his face, that officer's face on it. The sheriff's face was put on the T-shirt, and it said Officer Pound Cake because he noticed one moment in his life
A glance.
when it was a double glance, unfortunately. He looked, he realized there was a lemon pound cake. He looked back at what was happening, and then he glanced back down at the lemon pound cake as if to imply, I wouldn't mind a slice of that lemon pound cake. And forever became Officer Pound Cake.
It's just funny that like a split second in
Yeah.
your life just changes everything.
Everything. It's over. Listen to the hell he's had to go through as Officer Pound Cake.
You were all...
received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
And the context of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but you'd have to ask him that question.
Now, would you pause for a moment? He's making Officer Poundcake watch Lemon Poundcake in the courtroom in front of the jury. Great. Officer Poundcake has to watch the moment because he said, "I don't know where that came from," and then the lawyer's like,
We'll show you.
I could show you. He put it out in the music video. You know. Did you hear him say he's gotten hundreds of pound cakes delivered to his office?
It's great.
Hundreds, he said.
Like, why is that a bad thing?
It's just a lot of pound cake. I don't know. Maybe a little. Also, I think the pound cake would you be okay, Danielle, if people were sending you pound cakes even if you knew they were mocking you?
100%.
Because it's still a lemon pound cake, isn't it?
Think about all the other things that people could be doing to, like, harass you.
Shit in a box.
Pound cake?
I'd rather have a lemon pound cake.
Right.
You're right. No, but you know what? I mean, not everybody's as optimistic as you.
I mean,
And that's their
cake
problem.
at your front door.
I know, but
It's
something tells
literally-
me these guys don't want to get teased in any sort of
Yeah,
way.
like,
Officer Pound Cake you're talking
Correct.
about? I
you
see.
know he ate some.
Wait, you know why I think he did? Because of how he looked at it on the video.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's see his reaction. And then it goes back. And there he was. He had to watch it. He had to watch it. You know, and just sit there and really sit in it. Afro Man also claimed that the officer did OxyContin,
Oh, really?
which the officer denied, just for the
I
record.
wonder where you got that information from.
I don't know. But he doesn't know. He doesn't know why he called him that. Mike, which clip is this that you have up here with the blue-shirted gentleman?
So I believe this is one of the deputies having to explain that he is not a dipshit.
Well, it's important, and that's what I mean. In a defamation case,
It's a legal proceeding.
that's right.
You have to fine-tooth comb.
Right. And Afro Man has a great lawyer, obviously, who's like, well, if you are indeed a dipshit, and we can prove that people may find you to be a dipshit, then this wouldn't really be categorized as defamation. And, I mean, honestly, like, you could argue just filing this case makes you kind of look like at least a little bit of a dipshit,
I think so.
Yes.
right?
This feels like the show Jury Duty,
Yes, it does.
where it was all a big joke.
Right.
Like, how would you actually believe this is real?
And then I mean, imagine living in this town and you're like, this is the police department.
How far into this do you think they regretted their decision?
Probably, definitely when that guy said he didn't know if Afro Man had sex with his wife.
I mean, that is just
He
classic.
couldn't have been thrilled about that. And then when the clip started hitting social and this became, like, I'm glad, Danielle, I'm glad for your generation.
Oh?
We had our trial of the century. It was OJ. The OJ trial was so big, it was the biggest thing that happened in all of the 1900s. I think you guys have your own trial of the century. I think this Afro Man
This?
thing is the new trial of the century. Yeah, this is the trial of the 2000s.
Is it happening right now?
Well, wait, it's over.
Oh.
We'll get there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we'll get there. So here's one of the officers, I guess, trying to legally state his case that he's not a dipshit.
Can you tell me what fact about you that receding hairline or dipshit refers to, please?
Okay.
I'm sorry?
What private fact of yours does that refer to?
I mean, there's a picture of me, and see here, talking about see.
Nope.
I wouldn't trust him with methamphetamine crack ass alone in my house.
So
I find that pretty insulting.
that statement is what
That's-
you're suing on.
Well, no. I told you this is one of many.
Well, and that's why
You
we're trying to
keep, you
find.
keep trying to make it singular. I'm telling you, it's not singular. It's plural.
Okay, and so one of them is dipshit, one is receding hairline,
Yep.
and the other is meth heads.
Yes.
Is there any more?
Well, when he's sitting there making accusations against the organization that I, at that time, was working for, destroying community trust, all based off of a lie, that's what ultimately stopped.
And that's community trust in the Adams County Sheriff's Department, correct?
Yes.
I mean, you can tell. Like, you don't have to be Matlock to see, number one, being a dipshit and trust me, being a dipshit and having a receding hairline does end up being public information.
And it's not always a negative.
No, but it is hard to hide. But also, like, you could tell where this is going. That's, I would hope, or maybe they don't know. Maybe they're like, there's so much hubris, or they're just not
The officers?
Yeah, or they're just not that swift. Like you're listening to this and you're going, clearly, he's saying that the problem is that it's breaking the trust that the town has for this police department. If I'm a lawyer, I'm going, well, then I'm just going to prove that the trust was broken by you looking for kidnapping victims in Afro Man CDs. You know what I mean? That if the trust is broken by exposing the fact that you did what you did to Afro Man's house, then Afro Man singing about it isn't defamation because you did it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do feel like a lot of the officers are sitting here, you know, trying to kind of get around that, or just assuming people are just going to take their sides and they can say whatever they want.
Yeah, I feel like they thought, like, oh, we're part of the system.
Yeah, and the system's going to be on our side.
And we're going to be just fine.
Right.
We're going to shut this guy up.
When the fact is that most of these court systems are all about, like, whoever does the law gooder.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, whoever is better at the law.
You don't even necessarily have to be right.
Right, exactly. It's not...
Who did it gooder?
Right. It's never... Anybody who's, like, law is not going, do you think he did it? I don't care.
Prove it.
Like, it's not what it's about.
Yeah.
Who proved their case better? Like, because they're just about maintaining the system, the legal system.
This is my favorite clip.
Okay. Well, I'm glad it is. I'm glad it is. So remember the song about Sean Grooms, the officer, that Afro Man put out that was really, I mean, talking about the Fruit of the Looms that were on the ground, talking about the officer having sex with people.
On shrooms.
Soiled
On shrooms.
Fruit of the
Soil, right, there were skid marks in the Fruit of the Looms. That's a good point, Troy. And pointing out, like, that he got this information from his ex-wife in the song. There was an actress playing the ex-wife and said, your ex-wife told me this. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lyric in the song. So they said, okay, we're going to bring the ex-wife of the officer to take the stand.
Well, and also Sean Grooms claimed that she left him
Right.
because this song was so mean and it ruined their marriage.
Right. Like, it's like, how can I be married to somebody with such a mean song about them?
That is the claim that he is put out there.
Okay.
Right, right. And Afro Man said, I think I can fight that in court. So here's the lady on the stand, the ex-wife.
You've worked with kids for how long?
30 years.
Got into the mind of kids pretty well.
Yes.
When they would play Mr. Foreman's song Lemon Pound Cake, did they take that as a literal fact from your observations?
No.
Were they laughing and joking about it?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Are you familiar with the song WAP?
Oh.
I think I've heard
Sorry,
it.
no, strike that. I'm going to give you the complete song and then summarize it because I only want to say it once. Are you familiar with the song Wet Ass Pussy?
Yes,
Is that a rap song?
it is.
Has your students played it in class?
Once, and I asked them to please turn it off.
When they were listening to it, did they think that was fact?
No.
So they didn't think that that was depicting anything in real life?
No.
Oh.
I see where he's going.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
So you didn't have to teach them that wasn't real?
Right. No, I did not.
I can just hear it. Pause. I can just hear the other side just playing that streamer sound effect. Fuck! Like, well, no. Why is she? No.
This guy does law good.
Yeah.
He's good, outlaw. He's doing it gooder than the other guy.
Yeah.
You know? You can keep going with her.
You've heard the song, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you believe it's a literal interpretation?
No.
Nope.
Would you agree it's derogatory towards women?
No.
Nope.
Even though it says nasty things about them?
Yeah. No. I mean, it's the artist's opinion, I guess. That's the way I feel.
Oh, sheesh.
Maybe not an opinion you like, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
So, Ms. Grooms, has Mr. Foreman's posts about Sean or any of the general posts about the Adams County Sheriff's Department as a whole affected your life any at all?
No.
No.
Would you believe it would have affected your life while you were married to Sean?
If it had any effect, I guess that would be the time it would have an effect.
But as his spouse, you would have expected it.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
And I don't want you to go into too many detail, but is it fair to say that Mr. Foreman, the posts about the police department and everything had not a damn thing to do with your relationship between you and Sean and why it came to an end?
No, it did not.
Oh, jeez.
So the posts never affected your life, never affected your marriage?
No.
Okay. So any statement to the contrary would be false?
Yes.
Damn. Damn, that would really... Damn. Would you like to cross-examine? No. No. No, of course I don't. She can go. What the hell am I going to talk to her about? Yeah, so I mean, it was tough. There were other moments in the court where Officer Poundcake, for example, I saw one clip where he had to admit that he was indeed not skinny.
That's great. It sucks.
And the lawyer did it in a friendly way. He's like, yeah, we're big guys, right? Me and you. And he's like, yeah, I guess you could say that. And it's like, come on, bro. You just admitted you're fat. Which was part of the claim.
Yeah.
Hungry and, do you remember? No, big as.
Oh, big as hell?
Yeah. Big as hell was the answer. One of the other officers took the stand and they were talking to him about like what was the real derogatory stuff. And they said, "Is it true that that he compared you to Quasimodo?" And the officer had to say, "Yeah, that is true." And that was that hurt. Yeah, that was. So I mean, it goes on and on. You know what I mean? And it's just like it goes on for days, and it's just giving us clip after clip after clip.
This is amazing.
Amazing. And there's so much to it. There's so many clips that are just all over the place. Like every minute of testimony is incredible. Incredible.
I hope this turns into a docuseries.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
It needs to. This is Quasimodo.
The audio is a little rough. But
You get the picture though? Let's see. This is I believe this is our pal Officer Grooms, right?
Oh.
I think that's him.
Is it true that Mr. Foreman called you a hunchback?
Yes.
And specifically compared you to Quasimodo,
Yes.
Yes.
the Disney hero?
I'm assuming that's who it is.
Quasimodo from the Disney movie The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I've never watched it, so I don't know.
Come on, man.
Come on, dude. It's classic.
Yeah.
So you would agree that when a person says that someone's a crooked defense attorney, they're not meaning that I'm like a vine, they're meaning that as a opinion, correct?
Correct.
Nope.
Would you agree that when someone calls you a thief, it might be an opinion of theirs?
Can be, yeah.
Oh shit.
Same as
Come
if
on,
when people say
Quasimodo.
crooked cops, it's just an opinion?
Yeah.
Oh, Quasi.
And so is your entire claim for false light that you were called a thief?
Yes.
Oh, damn it, Quasimodo.
And you would agree that Mr. Foreman is an artist, subject to exaggeration?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, don't say yes.
And just for the sake of question, nobody would ever think you're Quasimodo from the book, correct?
I don't guess. People think different things.
But probably not. I mean,
By the way, Afro Man's lawyer looks exactly like Afro Man's lawyer.
Afro Man's lawyer looks like if the guy from Bugonia grew a beard.
Yes.
The cousin from Bugonia. Jesse Plemons' cousin. Who was sitting there watching guard over Emma Stone. If he grew a really long beard, like down past his chest, that's what Afro Man's lawyer looks like. Now, there's also a clip, Mike, if you can find it, of one of the female officer who is the subject of the song. I don't.
What?
It's not nice. It's called Lick 'em Low, Lisa.
Yeah, you're not saying it. It's Afro.
It's Afro Man who said it. It's not the title of the song that I came up with. And they made her listen to the song in court. And she did start, unfortunately, crying while she was listening to it. Oh, I mean, Andy in South Carolina.
Hey, Sam.
Hey.
I was telling Troy I didn't need to get through. I just wanted y'all to see it. The clip of Lick 'em Low, Lisa, is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. They just make her sit there and listen to the song, and she's bawling her eyes out. And it's like that clip from The Simpsons of Flanders when he has the bikini girls dancing up on him. And he just can't take it. She's just so upset, and she's such an awful cop, and it is one of my favorite things that's ever happened.
Thank you, Andy. Hot Dog was literally, at the same time that Andy was calling in, Hot Dog was texting, please don't skip Lick 'em Low, Lisa, please don't skip. So this is, and if we got the right clip, this is when it looks like Afro Man is on the stand as a witness. Yeah.
It's a longer clip, but they got to play the song.
Would they have to? They have to play the song, and I
They
saw it.
sued.
I saw it. I know. This is what happens when you sue. Yeah. It's like if you sometimes you don't want things to come into discovery. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you don't want the things that you're suing about to be public.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And instead, you're going like, "What if we shined a national spotlight on it?" Lisa has said this has made her life very, very difficult. Lisa is just a sturdy woman with a deep voice, unfortunately for Lisa, and it's really, I mean. This one does feel like Afro Man wanted to make it sting a little bit. You know, he wanted to, but please understand this clip in the context of they would not fix his door
or his gate.
And he said, please fix my door and gate. And they wouldn't do it. If they had just fixed the door and they had just fixed the gate, he would have probably made Because I Got High Part 6. And instead, this had to happen. This is a good lesson for everybody. Like,
no, I posted it because the sheriff's never supposed to raid my house in the first place. The whole raid was a mistake. All of this is their fault. If they hadn't wrongly raided my house, there would be no lawsuit. I would not know their names. They wouldn't be on my body. They wouldn't be on my home surveillance system. And there would be no songs, nothing. My money would still be intact. Nothing. So all of this.
That also, hit pause for a moment. That also, the money.
Yeah, you're short 400.
The money pissed him off. The money pissed him off. You know.
And rightly so.
I don't want anybody taking 400 from me.
No, 400 is 400.
You can do a lot with 400.
Especially in Ohio.
That's why I get mad at Hot Dog sometimes.
Why is that?
Beginning of this year, just weeks and weeks going by, he's doing nothing, just stealing all my money. I felt like Afro Man. Would you please edit my video? He's back. He's okay. He's doing great now.
You should put a song out about him.
I would have, but now he's back. He's back running on all cylinders. He's doing great right now.
Slipped off the rails for a minute.
He was. He did slip off the rails. He went into vacation Shay. Vacation. But I get it. So I get it. I can't imagine if this had happened to me.
She raided my house. She disconnected my camera.
This is like a Lisa crying. This is sniffling.
I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Y'all keep on laughing. She's gonna eat your wife's food.
Pizza. She's so upset. It's the whole song. I mean, talking about Lisa performing oral sex on women.
The officer.
Yeah, the officer. They were their wives.
The one who sued.
They had these songs are good.
Now you can see why he's done 20 albums.
Well, he's got a cause now. He's got a cause, you know? She's bawling, crying, by the way, the whole time.
And the jury needs to hear the song.
Of course they do. And unfortunately, Lickum Lolisa is on the stand the whole time.
That's a rough one for her.
She can't believe how long the song is going.
Is this the extended version?
Yeah, this has to have ended by now. She's crying.
Why is she crying?
That's about her.
Still, it's her karma.
I mean, does she lick him low?
Right. She's
Maybe.
either very homophobic or in the closet.
Yeah.
Why would she
Maybe
be
she's
crying?
deeply closeted,
Yeah.
like Norm Macdonald was.
So she's coming out?
No, she's deeply closeted.
Oh, there's another verse.
Yep,
Guys,
one more.
The lips.
I mean, it's upsetting her too much.
It's too much. All it is about performing oral sex on women. There's nothing.
But yeah, what's so? Why are you crying?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I've done it. Maybe she explains.
Thank you.
Oh, this is a. You can.
Let's start it back over.
Yeah.
From the top.
You can fade out of it now. But you are.
There's the video. I didn't know there's a video.
You are right. Yeah, of course. There's a video element. There's always a. He's an artist. He's an all-around artist. Yeah, she's
What a crybaby.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't like the characterization, I suppose.
But why?
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
There wasn't anything.
That's the question.
All he's saying is she likes performing oral sex on women. You know what I mean? And a lot of people.
Slow and fast.
Slow, fast, however they.
Slow, fast, lick that ass.
That's true. And some people like that. And there are people who prefer slow. If you're going to do it a lot, you should do it both ways. You can't just do it one way. It's not a one-size-fits-all operation.
I feel like if it wasn't personal, she'd probably laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Why are you sobbing?
Right.
Unless
Because,
it's like performative to be like, look how troubling this is.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
right. But if you're on the jury, you're sitting there going like, hello? Like if that's all she's doing, I mean, you could be a good cop and also go down on women.
But and then if not, it's like then you're showing you're really homophobic. If
Really
you're that
homophobic.
upset that people might think that you want to do that.
Right.
That's not a good look either as a jury.
No.
Yeah.
Bad looks all around.
If you are, she comes out as the only one on top in this because she's gotten free advertisement out of it.
That's true.
Now
That's
everybody
true.
in Adams County knows
Right.
that if they want their pussy or ass eaten,
Right. Lickum Lolisa is the
Lolisa.
stop. Yeah.
this is basically a billboard.
Hot ladies walking into the station.
Yeah.
Going like, is Lisa on duty? Is Lisa on duty today?
He just
Their
wrote
husband's
her
out of
coming
town
out
on a
song.
golf trip.
Right.
Have Lickum Lolisa come over.
Right.
I mean, maybe she's upset that that's her name now.
Lickum Lolisa?
She's having breakfast at the Waffle House, and people are like, oh, look who it is.
Lickum Lolisa. I didn't know you ate at this one. There's two Waffle Houses down this Waffle House.
And Groom and Grooms!
Yeah. That's right. They're together. We got to get a group shot.
Yeah.
We got to get a group shot.
Can I get a pic?
Yeah. 100%. And that's the
pound cake.
Yeah. Where's Officer Pound Cake, guys? Is he coming? I'll wait. And that's the other thing. Like, imagine if she has, like, she's at the Waffle House.
Small town.
And she has excess butter on her knife. What would you do, Troy?
Lick him low, licking him.
She's like just about to lick the butter off the knife, and then she realizes everybody's looking at her. She's gonna do it. She's gonna do it. And they go like this. Do you think she's gonna do it slow or fast? She does it both times, both ways.
No more ice cream cones.
No, she can't. Everything's with a spoon now. Only bowls.
That's
She's like that in a cone or a cup. Cup. 2 spoons, please. In case I drop one. I have no other options.
This is great.
It's all because they sued, right?
100% of it is well, first it's all because I don't know if you heard, they broke his door.
Yeah, I heard that, yeah.
And his gate.
And the gate.
But like we wouldn't have known, really.
No, I believe this would have been like, some pockets would have known. You know, Afroman was putting out the songs. So, I mean, like, it wasn't on my radar until it was a full-on case. Because
The songs got millions of views.
Sure. And the songs are really funny. But also the songs got millions of views, like, years ago.
Right.
Songs-
Right. That's what I'm
The
saying.
song's been out for a long time. It's taken this long.
Came out at the end of 2022.
Is that Lick 'em Low?
Well,
I believe that's the music
That's
video.
the music
Oh,
video.
yeah. That's great.
That's probably an actress.
It's got 1 million views on it. Yeah, but also like everything's getting re-uploaded now because this has become such a big deal.
And I feel like maybe like now that they're hiring actors and actresses, maybe there's like a budget now.
I believe that I'm sure that there would be a budget because I'm sure. I mean, I can't imagine what streams and I mean, look, if you're getting millions of views on videos, you got a budget.
Yeah.
You know, I hope he's turned on his AdSense. You know, because Afro Man is part of a full blown comeback, and luckily, he doesn't have any other financial obligations because the case is over. The jury listened to all testimony, and they said that the Adams County Sheriff Department is entitled to exactly $0. Absolutely no money. They said that this was all like as ridiculous as all of this was, that this is all also protected under free speech. Yeah. This is satire. This is like all of it. Like it like none of it, you know, filled any sort of reasonable definition for any kind of defamation or anything. So once Afro Man won, he quietly got into his car, went home. We haven't heard from him since. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's right. I'm just joking.
Freedom of speech. Right on. Right on. Yeah. God bless America. Yeah. Power to the people. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So he actually has been celebrating quite heavily ever since then. Also, while it looked as though while he was giving his testimony in court, he had a big weed leaf ring, a gold weed leaf ring on his finger while he was doing his testimony. Cool. So he wasn't faking the funk at all.
He's a modern day Luke from 2 Live Crew.
He is. Yes, he is. Do you have? If you go back to that other video, Mike, and scroll down, was that the moment that the jury was announcing their verdict? Yes, I believe so. This is a big moment for the judicial system. Well, he's wearing a fur coat, you see. Looks like Kid Rock at Woodstock. See, he's respecting the court. He takes off his fur coat as he sits down.
In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed.
Oh.
So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Thank you to the court staff and the Sheriff's Department for security in the building. And we'll go ahead and stand on adjournment.
It's like, yeah, I mean, obviously. I love that the judge is like, clearly, like, you lost.
Yeah, you guys lost.
I mean,
we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, that was a pretty obvious one.
After all that, it's so anticlimactic.
Well, when the judge's like, well, they lost.
Yeah, he's like, so, yeah, you guys lost, and we'll get up and leave.
Well, he's also probably thinking, like, I gave you enough clips. You know what I mean? You got generational clips here.
I mean, we let your guys in the film.
Yeah, this is an amazing case.
Have the jury go that way. Have them go back into their room.
So there it is. I mean,
hang out in there for a little bit and get you, okay?
Played out right in front of our faces. Do you have Afro Man kind of addressing? I believe he went out on the court steps and he addressed the people after he was found to be not financially responsible, fiscally responsible for any damages incurred. Now look, he's still got to fix his own door.
It's a bummer.
Which I think is the thing. Like,
but if you look at big picture,
right,
the door, the gate, having to go through all this is a definite career resurgence
for Afro Man.
For Afro Man.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
Wow.
Before yesterday.
Because I Got High was huge in 2000.
And I think that was famous from the Jay and Silent Bob soundtrack, wasn't it?
It was definitely on the Jay and Silent Bob soundtrack, yeah.
The other one, Colt 45 and 2 Zigzags.
Was that the
That was the one
follow up
when he was fornicating with women in different situations, often with hilarious results.
Oh yes. It was always with novelty. There was always comedy in his music. But I guess sometimes, it's a good lesson. You should always know the door that you're breaking down.
Yeah.
And who's on the other side of that door.
Or sometimes if you make a mistake, correct your
Mea culpa.
Yeah. Correct the problem. You broke the guy's gate in his door. Like, fix it.
You're right. He just wants the
Like,
door.
don't be a shithead about
Right.
it. It's like, okay, well, this is what happens when you're a shithead about it.
Dipshit, I believe was the term. I just want, and the only reason I say that is because I don't want any legal problems.
Right.
But if the court has already decided that he's a dipshit with a receding hairline, then I think that that's okay. Okay. So please, phrase it properly. If some dipshit with a receding hairline won't fix your door, it could be trouble for the dipshit, right? That's what we learned.
I think this is the highlight of the year so far.
You love this.
I love this.
Yeah. It's kind of giving you, remember, yesterday we were all bummed out about how everything's going. It seems like everything's okay.
I have faith in
the system.
Yeah.
Me too. That's why we have the 3 branches of government. Judicial right now is my favorite.
Yeah.
And it's like, he comes out on top.
Afro Man.
Yeah, after all that bullshit, he's victorious.
One of us won.
Yep.
And
he's allowed to make his art.
Yes, as he should be. Listen to what he said to the people.
In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed.
There it is. Oh, where's him talking? That's what I would like to hear.
What was that? What's he
Yeah,
doing?
here he is.
I didn't win. America won.
That's right.
That's right.
America still has freedom of speech.
That's right.
It's still for the people, by the people.
Isn't that great?
That's true.
Isn't that great? Yeah. It is still for the people, by the people. Thanks to
Free speech.
Free speech. Free speech is right. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on in Ohio right now.
World.
I'm making sure that we didn't
Meteors and Afro Man.
Yeah, miss any of the details. Maybe that's why we didn't hear as much about the meteors. Yeah, that's the story as I know it to be.
Yeah,
that's the story of the Afro Man trial that took over everything.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what the cops are going to do now.
I have to live with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Eat pound cake together.
Lemon? What type of pound cake?
Lemon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. They're humiliated for the rest of their lives.
That's
I'm sure it's a small town.
They got to move.
Yeah.
Especially Lickum Low Lisa.
Quasimodo's gonna get a back brace.
He goes. Do you think people think you're actually Quasimodo? That's true. Quasimodo's gonna have to straighten out his posture.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Let's go on Amazon.
Good luck finding a good back brace.
Right. That's why my ex-wife left me. Ex-wife, is that why you left him? No. No, obviously it's not. Dr. X in Mexico City?
Morning, boys.
Morning.
Now, here's the difference between a small-time lawyer and a big fucking time lawyer.
Right.
A big-time lawyer would have gotten Afro Man back in the studio to recut those fucking songs with remixes featuring Keisha, Pitbull, all the brothers. That would have fucking ruled for 8 minutes long having to listen to the remix of Lickamo, Lickamo, Lickamo. That's the way you do it, sir.
No, you're right. You're right. It's Lickum Low Lisa is the name of the song. Now, it sounded like you're saying Lick-a-mole.
Yeah, no.
Lickum Low Lisa. Lickum Low Lisa. Refers to a specific person. She was the one crying.
Sobbing.
She was so upset by it, wasn't she?
So upset.
And it feels theatrical, though.
Or
Tears look pretty real.
Or deeply homophobic and or closeted.
I don't know why you'd be that upset. I mean, what are you upset about?
It's ridiculous.
Unless you're getting teased relentlessly.
But you're an adult.
I know, but it's like you get to a certain point in life and you just you don't want to walk out of your house and get teased constantly.
I mean, I guess that's true,
but it's not necessarily an insult.
It's not necessarily an insult.
That's the point.
If you walked out of your house and I was like, "Oh, there's Troy. He performs oral on women," haha, would you be like,
"That's different"?
Yeah, there's the pussy-eating champion.
Yeah, that's different. It'd be if it was like, "Oh, there's Troy. There's the penis sucking." You know,
you wouldn't like that.
I probably every once in a while, like a joke would be funny, but then to have to hear this when I go to the Waffle House,
a lot of times we do it to Travis.
Yeah, all the time.
And he's like, That's good. It's all good.
It's just fun, but like I don't know if Travis would appreciate it when he's on the Staten Island ferry. Like, oh, there's dick sucking Travis.
Yeah, I heard they named this boat after you.
You know what I mean? Like at some point, I'm sure Travis. would be like, you know what? I've had enough of this.
Sure, especially if he was trying to be an officer of the law. You're saying
The plaque on his seat says after he retires.
that's right.
Be like, guys, stop. Seriously.
Right.
Really, stop.
No, but I think there is probably a better way to handle it than just crying in a courtroom.
Well, and it was also her karma. You know, Travis didn't do anything.
He didn't break down anyone's door. That's a good point.
That's
Or
a
gate.
You know, she kind of
Yeah,
like.
guys, stop saying that stuff about me.
I'll tell you right now, if you go to my house and look through my CDs for kidnapping victims,
Sure.
that's
1,000 pounds of weed?
It's gonna be if you look through my suit pockets to try to find 1,000 pounds of weed, it's gonna be hell on earth for you.
I believe you.
Hell on earth.
I've seen what happens when I'm just an innocent boy.
That's true. It's not good.
This is the dichotomy of policing in America, though, because we have the 9/11 cops from the NYPD are like the ultimate hero police, and then we have the Adams County Sheriff's Department, who are sort of the picture of the oink oink I smell bacon.
Right, and I do think that we have to live in a society where great cops can be propped up as heroes and bad cops can be oinked at.
There are yin and yang in all things.
I think so. I think so, you know? And I think that people have to go like, okay, this is because we don't like the Adams County cops. That doesn't mean we don't like any cops. And because we do like some cops doesn't mean that we can't oink.
Just as there are many flavors of Sam Roberts, there are many flavors of law enforcement.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And with the many flavors of Sam Roberts, sometimes they have to be licked high, sometimes low. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. And?
Sometimes in the ass.
I guess so. I guess so. That's part of it, isn't it?
That's part of the game.
And variety is the spice of life.
That's what I hear.
That's what they. Well, that's what they say. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. So I guess it's back to life for all of them. But I mean, what's amazing for like Afro Man is he could go on. He's got to go on tour immediately.
I mean, I would have announced it yesterday.
Like a national tour. Like just book 1,000-seat venues.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like small venues,
Madison
clubs.
Square Garden.
I probably wouldn't do the Garden right now. That might be overshooting. But just like clubs, city, like city to city, where you'll just play like how Jay-Z is doing. Well, he's doing 2 nights, right? He's doing Reasonable Doubt, and then he's doing The Blueprint. If you're going to do the whole Lemon Pound Cake album, Troy, if you found out he was within, 30 miles of you.
Yeah, if he's like Webster Hall, I'd be like,
and he's doing the whole Lemon Pound Cake album.
I'm there with bells on.
Would you sing along?
Yeah, of course.
You think you'd be there too, Danielle?
Obviously.
Yeah. It'd be a great time.
Yeah.
Buy a little merch.
Okay, he's got
Officer Pound Cake.
Oh,
he's got
do
the
you think
Freedom
they
of
have pound
Speech
cake
tour.
there?
Freedom of Speech tour. I would hope that they would. It feels like a missed opportunity if
Yeah.
not.
Let's see.
He's
does
playing
it
a tavern.
come around here?
That's great. That's exactly what he should be playing. No, sell it
A
out.
wine bar.
I don't see any Northeast dates.
Nah, yeah, I'm sure it's going to be summer dates.
Right, once it gets warm out.
Right. Yeah, this only goes to April. Yeah.
And there's nothing.
No, now I think there's a whole new.
DeLand. Oh, DeLand, Florida. All right.
Ooh, Tallahassee. Yeah, he's doing a nice little Florida loop.
For spring break.
That's perfect. And he probably booked. This is probably all booked a while ago. Like he
Yeah,
probably booked a spring break Florida tour because he's gonna play "Cause I Got High." You know what I mean? Not realizing. Oh wow! On Friday, May 1st, he's playing with Bubba Sparks.
Oh,
That's-
wow.
That's the one.
In Mississippi. That's
You guys want to go to Corinth, Mississippi?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That was an easy one. That was a layup.
Probably have to take like 3 flights to get there.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I think you're probably safer just to drive.
We'll drive. We'll drive. Lemon Pound Cake. I know we'll be listening to the whole way too.
And eating.
We'll stop and grab some Lemon Pound Cake. Unless you're talking about the Lick 'em Low Lisa song.
You never know.
It could go either way. Oh man.
Man, when's he in DeLand? I might, if he's there.
Is that close by?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's incredible. Shout out to Afro Man. Congratulations
Never know.
You'll never know.
on the big win.
Excuse us, but we've got to run out for more flying saucers. Troy just took down a whole sleeve. More Summer of Sam after this.
The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Robert Kelly.
I've had this slowdown management where it's like, Jay wants this extra thing and this little extra thing. And then I'm always like, I didn't even know I have a rider. I'm telling you, I don't require anything here except a stool and a clock on stage.
I would
lovely.
show up at clubs, and there would always be ham and Gatorade. At the Punchline in Philly, every time I worked there.
It's just a guess.
The Bonfire, weeknights at 5 p.m. Eastern on Faction Talk, or anytime on the SiriusXM app.
When the road can go anywhere, the music should too. For a limited time, Road Trip Radio pulls onto Channel 105. For driving jams and sing-alongs that are all over the map, but right where they belong. It's Road Trip Radio, Channel 105 on most radios, and year-round on Channel 301 and in the SiriusXM app, included with most subscriptions.
Payroll's Friday. Rent's due. That big order just landed and you don't have the cash to fill it. Sound familiar? Stop waiting on the bank. That could take weeks. You need money now. You need Swish Funding. Swish Funding gets working capital into your account fast, from $10,000 to $5 million. Sometimes in as little as 24 hours. And if that low credit score has you worried, you can relax. That's no problem. At Swish Funding, we look at your business, not just a number. Here's all it takes to get the funding your business needs fast. If you've been in business over 1 year, bringing in at least $40,000 a month, that's it. Every day you wait, you're leaving money on the table. Don't let opportunities or your business slip away. Applying takes just minutes with funds in your bank account within 24 hours with no collateral. SwishFunding.com. That's SWISH funding.com. Swish Funding. The cash you need when you need it. Apply today at SwishFunding.com.
Navigating life stages, Caring Transitions offers support for every step of the way. For seniors relocating or downsizing, we offer a compassionate, individualized approach that provides comprehensive solutions. Estate sales, our experts will list your items on our exclusive online platform, CT Bids, preserving memories and keeping your family's best interests at heart. And for those tough cleanouts, we're here to help. Visit CaringTransitions.com. Caring Transitions, embracing new beginnings with confidence.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-278-1120. 800-278-1120. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-278-1120.
This is Dr. Dino Prado, founder of Invita Medical Centers. Every day, patients lose their lives, not just to cancer, but to the delays in the system. The latest treatments often take decades to reach the people who need them the most. At Invita, we refuse to wait. Our destination center brings the best technologies from around the world with personalized care to help our patients. Because care delayed is care denied. Every patient deserves the right to fight. Invita Medical Centers, we're here for you. ENVITA.com.
SiriusXM Channel 103. Faction Talk. After weeks of talking about the upcoming college football season, Week 0 is here.
Touchdown!
Saturday, North Carolina takes on TCU in Dublin, Ireland. Plus, hear games featuring USC, Florida State, and more. Before kickoff, get the latest analysis on College Sports Radio Channel 84.
He's a hammer on the ground, and he's more than enough through the air.
Then all season long, hear college football on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app. Find your school's channel numbers at SiriusXM.com/sports.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/quote. That's ethos.com/quote. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Chuck McDowell here with Red Pocket Mobile. How long have you been stuck with the same phone plan? 2 years? 5? 10? Are you tired of surprise fees and confusing bills that never match what you thought you were paying? Switch to Red Pocket Mobile.
It's the Red Pocket Back to School Savings Event. Cover your student with a year of 5G service with Red Pocket's annual Essentials plan for only $667 a month. Or step up to our annual Plus plan with an incredible 20 gigs of high-speed 5G data for just $15 a month. Want something monthly? We've got that too. 50% off your first month on select monthly plans, starting as low as $10 a month. No contracts, no surprise fees, no price hikes.
Red Pocket gives you access to all 3 5G networks. You pick the one that works best where you live or work, or switch anytime for better coverage. And you keep your phone and your number.
Send them back to school connected with Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier. Go to redpocket.com now. Redpocket.com.
University of Maryland Global Campus offers more than 50 flexible online certificates that provide short-term credentials and real-world skills you can use immediately. With a range of affordable undergraduate and graduate certificates in high-demand fields like business, AI, cybersecurity, data analytics, and healthcare, you can earn credentials quickly to help advance your career. No application fee if you apply by September 1st. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Are you a small business owner struggling with cash flow issues? Look no further than AmeriFactors, a trusted partner in business funding. With AmeriFactors, you can turn your unpaid invoices into fast cash. Say goodbye to long payment cycles and hello to quick and easy funding options, even with less than perfect credit, including bankruptcies. If you need working capital to make payroll, buy inventory, or to expand your business, AmeriFactors has got you covered.
Working with AmeriFactors was the best decision. Our business is thriving and growing. Without AmeriFactors, we never would have been able to get to this point.
With AmeriFactors, you can focus on what you do best, running your business, while they take care of providing cash flow and accounts receivable management. Their team of experts are dedicated to providing personalized solutions focused on the success of your business. Fuel your business growth with AmeriFactors. Call AmeriFactors today, 800-884-FUND. That's 800-884-3863. Or visit AmeriFactors.com.
I got visited by a sleep demon again.
That's when you got visited by a sleep demon?
That night, yeah.
Oh, no.
And it felt like seeing an old friend again.
More Summer of Sam starts now.
Here with us in studio from the new show Tequila Empire, which is streaming on Tubi right now, full first season. We have Rob Fitzpatrick, who is the man behind Naked Diablo Tequila, and the one and only Billy McFarland.
What's up, Sam? Good morning.
Good morning.
Sam,
how are you guys doing?
Everything
Very
great.
good. Thanks for having us, Sam.
So, first of all, explain to me the relationship.
So I'm going to be jet skiing from Utila in Honduras, where we just did our new version of the Fire Festival to Venezuela. And
wait. What do you mean your new version of the Fire Fest? Which
we did it in December. So
you did the Fire Fest?
Finally,
successfully.
Like eight years later.
What was it? I didn't see the coverage. What was the successful version like?
We called it Phoenix. We rented a little island. Kind of in the middle of the ocean. And we did it. So it was pretty cool.
Who was there?
We had French Montana perform, Bobby Shmurda, Slim Jimmy from Ray Shremmerd, and a dozen or so electronic acts. So it was great.
Was the key to it like scaling it down a little bit and making it more realistic, or how did you pull it off?
100%. I moved there for like 3 months and said I'm not leaving the island until we do this.
Right.
And somehow it happened. But yeah, it was a lot smaller. It was 400 guests. So
and how does
scale it down?
How do you convince that like French Montana and Bobby Shmurda that like I swear it's going to work this time?
Hey guys, get on the airplane, please.
Yeah, I guess the benefit for you, right, is that like it's either going to be and I say this with all due respect, like the success or failure is going to be spectacular. So for a performer, there is a benefit either way, right? Like people are going to hear about it.
I think it puts you in the news cycle, right?
Right.
So
right.
So they're probably hoping it failed so they can get more shows, but it's hard.
Yeah, that's true. The streamers were hoping that it failed.
For sure.
Yeah.
So the connection came, Billy, didn't it? So the gentleman who did your documentary also did our documentary as well, How to Build a $1 Billion Brand, that's actually on Amazon Prime right now, and also did our TV show. So he said, you guys have got to connect and get together.
Interesting.
Yep.
And was there any sort of for you running this $1 billion business? Was there any sort of, I don't know, you hear stories about this Billy McFarland, he's a wild card, this didn't work out, this did work out, but that didn't work out, and then the jail thing and everything. Like, how do we trust that this is going to be legit?
Well, Sam, it's all down to relationships. I trusted this guy. He spent, I mean...
The guy that connected you or Billy?
The guy that connected us, Nathan, who, traveled around the world with us for a couple of years doing the documentary and then the TV show. And he said, Billy's a really good guy. What people say about him in the media is not true. Meet him, get together. I'm sure there's a few opportunities that you guys could work on together. So that's why we're here.
Wow. And it was a meeting, and he won you over.
Straight away.
And you
look at them eyes.
I need the Naked Diablo tequila to fuel the jet ski run, so it's the only juice that's going to work.
Okay, so
to let me do that.
Talk to me about the jet ski run now.
So we're going to be jet skiing, and we meaning not Rob. Rob is too smart for this, but
you got a business to run.
I ain't going. No way.
Is that part of the relationship? You realize like Billy is like this master of hype? And getting attention, getting eyeballs on where we want eyeballs?
Absolutely.
Right.
No question.
And I would say long jet ski rides.
Yeah, so jet skiing from Honduras to Venezuela.
How far is that?
Approximately 1,400 miles on the ocean. So
how long is that going to take?
We're thinking 17 days, but the threat to pirates and narcos are very real. So we'll see if we make it.
I mean, do pirates take jet skis?
I think they'd take people from America.
Yeah, no, that's especially like people with a profile. That's not that. You're going to be riding the jet ski?
Yeah, I'm like, guys, the U.S. doesn't want me, so it's not worth your time. They'd be like, take them.
Wouldn't that be great?
You could have them.
If they look for ransom and it's just like, nah, we're fine. We're fine on that. So what's the purpose of these? So you think 17 days just jet skiing all day?
Stopping at little beachside hotels along the way, doing a live stream, just meeting different people at these beachside countries and hotels.
And how many hours of jet skiing per day are you factoring in?
7 or 8 if I can do it.
Wow. You can't snack on a jet ski.
I have a boat behind me, so don't tell anybody.
I mean, it's probably smart to have a boat behind you just to make sure you don't fall off the jet ski.
I know. I hope they have big guns on it to scare everybody away.
Security as well.
Yeah, security would be helpful. Now, I mean, do you love jet skiing?
I love jet skiing.
Right.
And I want to go to Venezuela and do the first Freedom concert in Venezuela. So that's the goal.
You do?
Yeah. So land in Margarita Island, which is part of Venezuela.
Okay.
And do a little Freedom concert.
And you want to do that like soon?
Yeah.
The Freedom concert itself?
This spring. Yeah. Get there, do it quickly, and just like get out.
Well, that's okay. I think we need to put more thoughts into these ideas, Billy, if we've learned anything.
Yeah.
What are you thinking for the Freedom concert?
Something small, just to celebrate change of administration, celebrate freedom with the people.
Yeah. Have you started talking to artists at all about it?
We have, mostly Venezuelan acts, and
sure,
yeah, we'll try to bring in an American act. The whole visa situation isn't easy, so
yeah,
we have to navigate that.
I would imagine. What do you? What's the longest jet ski ride
ever done?
No, that you've done.
Oh, not that far.
I was wondering, like, just spending a lot of time on a jet ski. Like, jet skis are great for, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, it feels like it's a little bit arduous.
Definitely be sore.
Yeah. I mean, but you haven't done anything lengthy on a jet ski before.
Maybe 150 miles, but,
Yeah, this is 10 times.
This is 10 times.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So how has life been for you, Billy, these days? I feel like there's like so much time. I mean, here's the thing that I find very interesting is that like so much nowadays is like, I mean, I guess it's not that different from alcohol brands where like there are alcohol brands that will pop up, be successful, and then just be gone, disappear. And there's a big difference between one like yours, Naked Diablo, that will stick around.
Absolutely.
And be something that is like in tequila. That's a name. You know what I mean? You trust that name. But at the same time, like, the news cycle moves so quickly. And, like, stuff that people will be obsessed with for a weekend or for a week or even for 2 weeks. By the end of the year, you forget it's ever happened. But your story and Firefest has been, like, a cultural pinpoint on a map since it happened. And it really, I mean, it hasn't gone anywhere. What's life like now with that as a reflection, but still kind of something that defines you?
Great question. I think it's hard for people to want to be publicly, front and center alongside me.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the work I've had to do over the past few years.
Well, look at that.
Thank you.
A physical embrace from Rob Fitzpatrick.
We're good.
I think a lot of the...
That is, by the way, that's big of Rob.
It is
big. Because you're not wrong. Like, the idea
Yeah.
of a legitimate business owner. And this is not like, this is a for real. When I first heard about this project, I was like, oh, is this one of these fly-by-night, like, alcohol brands just trying to get, and it's like, no, it's a real deal thing. So for somebody to actually get behind you like this and to be public about it is a big deal.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
to go back to the question.
Yeah, so most of the work has been behind the scenes, right? And I help big brands do marketing, create moments. I've helped presidential campaigns. I've helped,
really
different regions around the world promote tourism. So I've done a lot, but it's been weird not being able to share a lot of that work.
Oh,
So-
do you is it like, look, we like how your brain works, but we don't want to tell people.
And if they don't say it directly, they have someone else say it.
Right.
Correct. So I think the December event, while it was small, it
Yeah.
at least proved like the intention behind the festival was good. So that seems to have changed the approach a little bit, where brands are now being like, okay, we get it, and like we're willing to take a little bit more of a chance. So trying to hit the ground running this year.
And then hopefully this becomes a success. And can you imagine the comeback arc that you would have?
I hope so.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it's like, yeah, this is how it started, this is where it ended, that would be insane. I mean, do you feel like it's just the way your brain works? Has there ever been a time where you're like, I got to stop with these big ideas and just go like, just try to live a normal existence for a while?
Yeah, I think the success in life is just about the size of the problem that you try to solve, right?
Yeah.
Like we all have a skill set or an asset, and we can apply it to something really small, and then our ceiling of success is low, or we can apply it to something big, and our ceiling of success is a lot higher. So I think like why spend the same time and effort to attack a small problem when we can take the same abilities or inabilities, whatever, to attack a much larger problem?
Do you now have a better idea of what is something that is actually tackleable versus something that is destined to fail? Or do you still feel like I'm going in guns blazing?
It's probably the recognition of time.
Yeah.
And pre-Fire Festival, particularly in the weeks and months leading up to Fire Festival, we were living by the hour. It's like, I'd wake up, I need $3 million by 2 p.m. to pay a vendor before I get fucked, right? And I was like doing that every day for months. I think now understanding that that's not practical, and like, while we might want it all right now, maybe it takes a couple of days.
But there's got to be such a high that goes along with that. Like the ability to be like, I'm the guy that's going to find $3 million by 2 p.m. That has to be, almost a drug in and of itself that is hard to knock out of your system.
I was talking to somebody yesterday. It's so intoxicating to like solve a problem that people don't think is possible, right? And
Yeah.
like, getting addicted to that rush.
Yeah.
One of the mental challenges has been like, how do I, get my kicks without having to wake up every day with like with a $3 million problem? So it's part of the process.
Do you feel like that applies to the business that you're in as well? That like there has to be a certain amount of discipline, even though you want it all right now?
Yeah, absolutely. And, great question, Sam. One of the things that we did to stand out from everyone else, we looked at TV and media, we looked at, obviously, celebrity collaboration and influencers. And one of the things we came up with, let's do a docuseries called How to Build a $1 Billion Brand. That followed me around the world, Bahamas, Miami, Dubai, London, Mykonos, Santorini, stuff like that. But in the process of that, one of the networks reached out to us and said, would you be interested in doing a TV show? We completely dismissed it offhand because we're a very private family, obviously, or was.
I would say, obviously. I'm like, I don't know if you see what's on Tubi, but...
Yeah. So, all this docu-series, and the reason for a docu-series was create awareness, create followers, generate sales, generate distribution interest, increase the asset value of the company. That was the plan, and always is the plan when you have a family office. So all this docu-series became a documentary when we decided to do a reality TV show. And that documentary, How to Win a $1 Billion Brand, How to Create a $1 Billion Brand, that's on Amazon, actually won awards all over the world. Cannes Film Festival, London, New York, Paris, Rome, Miami, Hollywood. A lot of people found it very educational, very aspirational as well. So, that's kind of moved the needle. And the TV show behind it, Forbes.com, wrote a great article in terms of great brand building, for doing something that no one else did before. So, like you said, Sam, we're on Tubi. It's blown up.
Yeah.
We're a featured show. We've done a deal with Apple TV, Amazon, a few other networks as well. So we're very, very excited. Didn't quite realize this sort of, awareness that it would create.
Sure.
And obviously being on a great show like yourselves, it's only going to increase that even more so.
Do you are you aware, or have you not gotten to the point yet where I feel like a lot of these shows, the danger becomes, like you said, the point of the show is to sell tequila ultimately, right? But like, I find that with a lot of people, they get a taste of that fame, and Billy, I'm sure you can talk about it too. You get a taste of the fame and you forget that the point of this show was the business is tequila. That's what we're trying to do. And there are a lot of people that will forget that and go, no, forget about tequila. I'm going to be a star now.
Absolutely not.
You know, you don't think that'll be a difficult line for you?
We're all about build it, scale it, sell it, or what we might do is list it so we still keep operation control, take money off the table, and really grow the brand.
What about this idea that, like, I think it's so interesting because it is a family business, but what I find fascinating about family businesses, especially as they scale and they get bigger and bigger and bigger, is that when it comes time to leave the business to the kids, like that show Succession is on the money.
Unbelievable.
These guys don't want to leave their company to their kids. Something happens, it gets real complicated. As you start getting closer to that time to do it, these company owners go like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not doing it. I'm going to get buried with the company.
Sam, trust me when I say this, I'm ready to parachute out at any moment.
You're ready to
That's
go.
all of, Billy knows this as well. I'm just right hand this over to the kids. It's a funny story. So, how we got into the tequila space purely by accident, 20 plus years on bars, restaurants and clubs in the UK. And we were actually expanding one of our restaurants to a 700-seat capacity Mexican restaurant called El Diablo Tequila in Tacubaya. Mm-hmm. So I told my oldest son, Lee, who's the co-founder, and he said, Dad, let's start our own tequila brand. And I completely, Sam, dismissed it offhand because my recollection and experience of tequila was waking up the next day feeling very, very horrible, rough, sick and all that sort of stuff. So I completely dismissed it offhand. Where he was very, very smart, he handed it over to our marketing guys who came back and said, this thing is blowing up. This thing at some point will take over the vodka space for being the number one alcohol segment on the planet. So that piqued my interest.
Sure.
Then they also said, look at the celebrities spending millions of dollars, if not tens of millions of dollars, to buy into this craze. George Clooney made $1 billion. So again, that's
Rock's doing incredibly well. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. So that was me. I'm all in. But they said, Rob, what you've got to do is position yourself two main areas: premium. I like the sound of that from the experience in the past, and create flavors, because the tequila space will create a lot of flavors, just like the gin, the vodka, the whiskey, and the rum. So what we wanted to do to be completely different from everyone else, we came out with 8 expressions. People go, what? 8 expressions? So the Blanco, Reposado, Añejo, Extra Añejo, created flavors as well. And the sort of flavors, there was a science behind it, Sam. So we created a coffee. Why coffee?
Right.
It's the second most drank beverage in the world after tea. A lot of tequila drinkers, a lot of coffee drinkers, put them together, you got a marriage made in heaven.
Right. Sometimes you need coffee the next morning too.
Absolutely,
to get past what tequila did.
But everyone's heard of Café Patron, but that was a liqueur, 24% alcohol volume. All of our tequilas are 40%, so you can sip them neat on the rocks. Incredible with obviously cocktails, espresso martinis. Next one was we decided to go with a cinnamon. Why cinnamon? Fireball controls 54% of the whiskey flavored market, so let's not be too smart. Let's create a cinnamon that could have the same sort of success of a Fireball. Next one, vanilla. Why vanilla? Number one ice cream flavor in the world.
Right.
Versatile, great in cocktails, all that sort of stuff. So that was that. And then we were actually told that there's a growing market, believe it or not, for stronger tequila. So we created a 55% proof Blanco that everything that we do, Sam, there's like a marketing twist and there's a thought through process. We created a red liquid in conjunction with the TTB, which made it a natural red color that we use, carmine color, which looks sensational. And then obviously, how do you stand out in a highly competitive marketplace? Hence, we decided to go and do the docu-series and then the TV show.
The TV show.
Yeah.
And then, Billy, are you a part of the TV show? Are you helping make the TV show? Are you a part of the overall brand, just a promotional guy? How do you...
So we're signed to the same production company. We filmed the sequel to the Fire documentary. that I've never seen, but and don't want to watch.
Wait, the sequel to which Fire documentary?
You've seen Rob's seen
I've
it.
seen it.
I guess the initial Fire documentary.
The one from Hulu or the one from Netflix?
I don't even know at this point.
The one that you were on or the one that you weren't on?
It's all bad.
Okay.
So it's all bad. So we filmed the sequel to the all bad, and hopefully the sequel is only some bad, right?
Right. Somewhat good is all we need.
Exactly.
Right now. Yeah.
We expect that to stream sometime this summer.
Do we know where yet?
I don't know where yet.
Yeah.
So the production company that produced that also produced Rob's show. So we're just co-promoting our shows.
I love that, by the way. And that is so funny that you don't know for sure which even doc it was. Because like the fact that those two, I've never seen anything like it before. Like you would think that it would cannibalize the market, right? That like Hulu and Netflix are both going to drop these Fire Festival docs. And instead it just made both bigger. Because on the one, you were on it. And on the other, it was your guy that was willing to blow people for water. By the way, did you know that dude was willing to do that for your festival before the doc?
I learned about this alleged incident from a prison guard.
Really?
Who comes up to me and goes, "Yo, McFarland, did you pay some guy to blow a customs officer for water?" I'm like, dude, what? Like, this is what you're trying to set me up for? Like I thought he had some like grand scheme to like get me in trouble. And I'm like looking at him like he's crazy. He's like, "No, you can tell me, McFarland." I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So you didn't even know that he had said that he was willing to blow the customs guy until you were in prison
in jail, and some guards like questioning me. I'm like, dude, I really have no idea what you're talking about.
What an odd life.
Crazy, right?
For you to be like everybody's talking about me right now, and I'm locked up, and the prison guard is letting me know like what the narrative is going on outside,
questioning me. I'm sure he's recording the conversation too, like trying to get his gold stripe on his jacket.
Well,
we got McFarland.
When he said that in the doc, or when you found out that he said that, are you like, oh, I mean, I knew this dude was loyal, but I got to get him on everything that I'm doing. This guy He'll do anything for me.
It was so weird. I was at dinner with my girlfriend the day he interviewed for the documentary, and he texted me. He's like, "Oh, the interview went great. Like, let me come and see you." So he came with the producer to meet me at dinner to try to convince me to interview. He's like, "Oh, it was awesome. It was so good." And they were like slapping my back and like dapping me up. And then I guess he's like crying on camera saying I told him to blow some guy. So entertainment's a weird business, man.
Entertainment is a weird business. What was it? I mean, it's kind of an odd and broad question, but are you the type that were you able to figure out how you could do okay in prison, or was it not a match? I mean, not that it's a match for anybody, you know what I mean? But like that life, it's a different type of lifestyle. And there are people who go, you know what? I figured out what the day-to-day was, and I figured out how to get by in there.
For sure. So I think the biggest thing is like most of federal prisoner people are in there for drug crimes. And if someone's a drug dealer in New York City or Detroit and they go to jail, like they're not going to stop being a drug dealer. Right. So like most of the day-to-day was based around dealing drugs. So if you're not like a drug dealer or not a drug user, you're pretty much out of like 90% of the action at the real places. So you're by default you're kind of siloed.
So you're just hanging.
You're just kind of like out of the way.
I'm
right?
just waiting until the time passes and I can leave.
You spend enough money on like stupid shit, right? And people view you more as an asset than a liability. And they leave you alone. So
did you have a level of fame?
I mean, a little bit. People watch a lot of daytime TV.
Sure.
So all the shows that hopefully that we don't have time to watch now, they all watch in there. So
and then how does that translate when people know who you are? There's a celebrity in jail or whatever.
Good question. I think was interesting. Almost like the gang leaders were nicer because they probably viewed it as an opportunity, right? They're like, oh, like this guy might know someone who I don't know and that could help me in a few years.
Sure.
And like the lower people on the totem pole are more assholes about it. So it's kind of like this interesting dichotomy.
Because your stock raises.
Exactly.
And they're like, I've been working so hard to get any kind of attention.
Exactly.
And I would think too, I mean, like, that's the thing about any level of celebrity is that like people love it. People are intoxicated by any sort of like fame. And I wouldn't think that would not carry over to jail.
It's all just people too, right? So it's
exactly.
It's no different from, going to the bodega, like down in the corner. It's the same guys, like me included, right? Like we're all there together. So it's a different circumstance.
When you get out and you're like, okay, how do you kind of get used to real life again? Or were you not in long enough that you ever kind of felt a sense of permanence.
It's pretty weird. My family gave me $200 in like a shitty Timberland wallet and an iPhone and said, "Go get them." That's all.
That's it.
Like dropped me off in the halfway house in Brooklyn, New York, and then like went to get lunch, and like the prices were like 3x after COVID. So I'm like, this is
everything.
This lasted about 45 minutes. So back at it, I guess. I think I had like a vision that I would come out and like get on my phone, and the whole world would be receptive to the opportunities, and it couldn't be further from the case. Got on the phone, made 200 phone calls, and like maybe 4 or 5 people picked up. So it was like this harsh reality where I'm in this penalty box, and it's going to be hard for people to find someone who wants to play with a guy in the penalty box.
Yeah. What I mean, how does life with that kind of a stigma? And you probably, because you said you were in jail when the docs came out.
Yes, correct.
So you had no real idea of how big those were culturally.
Correct.
Right. I mean, you know, prison guards talking to you about it, but like. The day-to-day, like I'll tell you from doing a radio show, it was like, it's all anybody's talking about. You know what I mean? Like you have to, breaking down scene by scene and everything. So you don't realize when you get out that like everybody's been talking about you.
It was a blessing and a curse, and I feel bad for a lot of guys who don't have the opportunity. Like I had the media opportunity, and I'm not being paid right now, but I got paid for tons of podcasts and radio spots and things like that, right? So if I didn't have that, I think assimilating back to life would have been really, really difficult. And I see why so many people like go back, right? It's just really hard to have an opportunity after. And if I didn't get paid to do podcasts 5 times a week for the first couple of years, life would have been really difficult.
Is there anything that you look at or see kind of developing, or these ideas that you see developing and you go, that was one of mine? Like, for example, when the NFT craze was going on and everybody's like, "Oh, this is it." And I'm like, "What? I don't think this is it." And they were like, "You don't understand. If you get an NFT, it's going to come with all these privileges and you're going to get invited to these parties and you're going." I'm like, that sounds exactly like Billy's idea with the cards that he was putting out. It sounds like the exact same thing, and you guys all said that
we did it better. We
had a card.
We had a real business.
But you hear stuff like that and you're like, this is just like a loop. This is just recycling the stuff that you all said that I was a fool for doing.
A little bit. I think the NFT thing was certainly weird, right? Like, I had a black card company called Magnesis for many years in New York City pre-fire. I think a lot of the themes were similar. I think we did it better than the new guys. Just a weird cycle, man. I think like went through a whole period where when I wasn't there to defend myself, it was like this whole idea where like, hey, like Billy isn't even capable of like, serving ice cream or like, doing this, right? Because it's like anything that I could have done just became so diminished. And it just like felt like this weird uphill battle where it's like, hey, I'm not like completely challenged, right? Like I have a lot of flaws and a lot of issues, but I still have some abilities, and like we'll see where those land, but it's kind of a weird process.
And so now it is, like you were saying, like it's like helping people without it being public so that they don't have to deal with that, but hopefully within their network they're telling their friends, actually, Billy helped me with this, Billy helped me with that, and that's kind of how you're kind of getting by.
Yeah, exactly. The best goal is someone's like, hey, like they're with their buddies at dinner, like you never guess, like Billy did this campaign for us, and here's why it actually worked. So I think that's been the goal for the past couple of years.
I don't know how much of it you could talk about legally. I don't know. Maybe everything. I have no idea. But were you really trying to sell tickets to the Met Gala?
Not really. It's such a weird thing. I think the Fire Festival, the guilt was so black and white. Like what I did wrong was 100% wrong, deserved to go to jail, and there's like no way around it.
Yeah.
I think the next thing was the biggest crime there was like not putting myself in timeout when I was on bail, right? Like I think trying to do anything at that point was the bigger issue, and it was more of a gray area, getting over my skis, but the same intent wasn't really there. So that's like a weird thing for me to internalize.
What do you mean with it when you say the same intent?
I think the Fire Festival, I clearly lied to investors to get the money. So it's like very...
Oh, gotcha. Now you're trying in earnest here.
Yeah, I'm trying in earnest. And like, I shouldn't have been doing it. And I probably just didn't have everything I thought I was going to have. And I was on bail and no one would touch me. It was like a shitty situation.
Sure.
I think I was more of like a stupid thing rather than a fraudulent thing.
Gotcha. Did you saying fraudulent just reminds me, I mean, there's so many moments that I don't even know if, I mean, I'm sure now you realize how big they were. Did you know how quotable it had become when Ja Rule said, "Fraud, no. False advertising, maybe"?
I saw he tweeted that. I don't know.
I mean, dude, you don't understand how many times that quote has been said over and over and over again.
So Rob just did Tony Yayo and Uncle Murderous podcast on Monday, and they had
that's great.
they had the plane incident with Ja Rule a few weeks ago. I don't know if you saw it.
I did see that. We enjoyed that very much.
So I don't know why they didn't get any punches landed. So Maybe next time.
Yeah, we enjoyed that very much. Did you have a good time with Tony Ayo and Uncle Murder?
Good guys.
You loved that?
Yeah. First podcast I ever did.
Wow.
Really enjoyed it. The problem was, Sam,
the deep end.
that Tony would not stop drinking our Naked Diablo. I said, I'm here for a few days, and letting people try it. And he just kept drinking, and we have that on film, don't we?
He just wouldn't stop?
He just wouldn't stop.
Just drinking you out of house and home?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean,
But good guys,
it might shift the direction of the interview, but ultimately good for the product.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's a good endorsement.
Yeah, he tend to drink more of it after the interview than during the interview.
That's good.
Yeah.
So he loved it. That was good.
Were you surprised at the amount of people that you thought were kind of all in this together doing this when things started to fall apart, that were like, I don't know, dude, that's Billy over there. That's like, it kind of felt like...
I tell this to all my friends. Before things went wrong, if you told me to name the 5 people that would stick by me through anything, I would have gotten them all wrong. And the ones who actually were there, I never would have guessed.
Wow.
I think the people I gave the most to, who can't really argue they're victims, they were the first to leave. And I think they were probably the ones who were there for the quick buck, the quick attention, the good time. And people who actually, some of the people who actually like lost the most financially, mentally, morally, etc., they're the ones who've been the most understanding. So that's kind of been like a weird, like, trying to understand this for the past 7 or 8 years. So.
Did it teach you a lot about humans as you like go on and interact with more people and do more things?
For sure. I think just to simplify it, like your behavior attracts people who have similar behaviors, right? So for the 2 or 3 months before Fire, I was looking for the quick buck, for the quick fame, for the quick attention, and then I was attracting, whether it's employees, investors, partners, I was attracting other people who wanted those same things.
Totally.
And yeah, so that was the behavior started with me, but it was really interesting to see how the people who I knew 5 years before who invested $5, $6, $7 million, they're the ones like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, you'll make it up to us. And like the ones that came in at the end were like, fuck you. Like,
wow.
So it was super, super interesting.
You thought Ja Rule was your friend, huh?
Oh, for sure.
That's a bummer.
I love how he says now that he was an investor. He was not an investor. He made a lot of money. So
he did.
Yeah, of course. he had no money to invest, and he was paid heavily.
That would make sense. I mean, I can't imagine you'd be a front-facing person for it if you were not paid heavily for it.
Understood.
Yeah. That's I mean, it's really. Did it feel when you said you were able to pull it off at a smaller scale? Did it at least feel like? Did it feel like you were closing that chapter in the sense that like I don't have to scratch that itch?
I just needed the monkey off my back, right? And really wanted to prove we could do it and find a location that would let us do it. It was like a whole bunch of issues this time that we didn't have the first time, but just proving the intentions were good and giving people a good time.
It's very ironic that the whole thing starts with like your kind of, I mean, fairly, in hindsight, still brilliant social media campaign where everybody's posting the orange boxes and everything. And then the whole thing falls apart with social media because everybody's passing cheese sandwich photos around.
Yep.
Did you see the cheese?
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter gotcha. Did you see the cheese sandwiches in person and know it would be a problem? Or was it seeing the cheese sandwiches on the internet that made you go, oh, we're fucked?
I saw the cheese sandwich for the first time in jail. I was moved to a new prison. Everybody got hamburgers. I opened up my tray and I have a cheese sandwich.
Are you serious?
I swear. So that was the first time I saw it.
That's unbelievable.
It was not. I was not happy.
Do you feel like the food was better in prison or at original Firefest?
Prison, I'm guessing.
I had a cellmate in prison who stole a clothes iron, and he'd make us quesadillas every day with the iron.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job.
So prison, then.
Yeah,
prison wins that one out.
Prison
yeah. I mean, you had to, at some point, get on that island and look at those FEMA tents and go, this is good. Like, Monday's gonna hurt. Monday's gonna be bad, dude.
The tents weren't that bad.
You don't think the tents are that bad?
We paid $1 million for those tents.
Are you serious? Oh my God! So you spent $1 million. $1
million on the tents, and then if you add the carpets, I went on Amazon and bought like mattresses off Amazon because I know where to buy mattresses.
Not even wholesale.
Not even wholesale.
Just like,
if you add all that up, it's a way more than that.
How many mattresses did you buy on Amazon?
I think there were 800 tents and average of like 2 per tent, so 1,600.
So you're just sitting there clicking up on Amazon on like a credit card,
calling the bank, being like, "I need a bigger limit."
Oh my God! And you're just good thing we got Prime because it'll come tomorrow. The 1,600 mattresses will come tomorrow. Does that? It's so funny because I think it's on one end there are a lot of people that aren't going to have sympathy. which is fine too. But I do think there is something, I don't know if it's irony. I find it humorous as somebody who is not involved in it whatsoever. But the idea that you do spend millions trying to be like, okay, we're going to solve this problem this way. And what you spent the millions on is the image of exactly why this was what it was.
And like literally sitting there with my Chase card, like calling the bank, being like, I need more money. I'm on Amazon, like not having the knowledge to like try to go buy them wholesale.
Right, you're just or have a buyer buy them
have
wholesale.
a buyer shipping them to some warehouse in Fort Lauderdale that I rented to put them on a boat, which cost another $100,000. Right? Like it was also
get a mattress
stupid.
sponsor,
of course. Like, in hindsight,
slap their logo on it.
I mean, now there's like 100 mattress in a box companies, right? We were
God,
we were pre them, so that
they
would
could have just parachuted them in, like just dropping Casper mattresses
Fire
from the
Festival
sky.
4. Where
you know what?
You skydive in with your mattress on your back.
I probably shouldn't be giving you all these ideas.
I mean, this is actually really good. I'm inspired.
So, like, how do you slow it down? How do you slow down that mental process? Because obviously that's what it is, right? Your brain moves quick and big. How do you slow it down so you can properly be an asset to a Naked Diablo or to a company like that that's like, no, we're not a fly by the seat of your pants, make $19 million right now company. We're a real company.
I think the speed came from getting in financial holes, where it's like, oh shit, now I need to buy 1,000 mattresses, right, or whatever it is. Now I need $1 million to go buy these mattresses. So like, let's act fast to get that $1 million.
Yeah.
Or, now I just chartered 2 737s to fly everybody there and painted a girl in a bikini on the side of the plane, and I need $2 million to pay the guy, or else he's gonna fuck me. So it's just like I think just like kept getting myself into ridiculous holes.
Yeah,
and it's just pushing those timelines back is the trick.
Do you think there's a thing? I think I think Steve Jobs might have been somebody that did this, that implanted this idea into a lot of people's heads that like. Steve Jobs was notoriously this guy who goes, just because you say it can't be done doesn't mean it can't be done, and I'm the guy that could get it done. Luckily for Steve Jobs, he happened to be right. He had a multi-billion-dollar corporation with him. But I think there's a lot of people that adopt that, and I think it's part of what was going on back then, even more so than now, that sort of grind psychology where it's like hustle, grind, hustle. You can do the impossible, just work harder, just be better. Do you think that like people, or have you maybe gotten better about understanding what limitations are, and it's okay to be good at some stuff and not think like, well, I'm Billy, I can do the impossible. I can do it all.
Well, Sam, that's a great point you mentioned about Steve Jobs. But even Steve Jobs went through a period of what was deemed massive failure.
Yes.
He got kicked off the board of, as we know, Apple.
And then he drops the next computer, and that was a failure too.
Yeah.
While he was gone.
So it's not always sunshine and roses, is it?
Even when you look at the way Steve went out, like he was too stubborn to get the operation, to take medicine, to do, and he realized that very, very far too late in life, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But do you feel like you've learned about limitations?
Yeah, I think like every big failure, big win comes down to a couple of decisions. Like, right, it's like a basketball game. If you make or miss the last second shot, that makes everything happen before it irrelevant. So
that's right.
It's like I think it comes down to 2 or 3 moments, and I made 2 or 3 really bad decisions in like the last couple of hours, and that could have changed the outcome in either direction. So it comes down to those clutch moments, and I think like life, sports, business, all do.
Do you also? I feel like a successful company, a lot of the work has to be done invisibly, which was not. I mean, nothing about Firefest was done invisibly, but it sounds like a lot of what you're doing now is being done invisibly. Do you think you had to learn to not need like the whole world to know everything that you're doing at all times?
I think so, and I think it's probably contrary to where the world has gone over the past couple of years.
I would agree.
Where social media particularly has given young people an insight into like the 0.1% of success. Right?
Sure.
And it's given us this feeling where like, I work hard, I'm a good guy, I deserve it too, just because, user X on Instagram has it. So it's kind of this weird mentality where I think my generation feels like we deserve the outcome now because somebody else has it.
Yes, I think that's 100% right. I think that and that's part of only seeing the result and not acknowledging Well, not acknowledge, number one, that there was all this work before it, but also, I think we were talking about this earlier, that, like, I feel like not enough people acknowledge that any success comes with a certain degree of timing that you have no control over. It just happens to be
there's
good timing.
luck too. If you're in that
fortune,
small bucket, there's
it has to be luck.
Things that you can't control.
Yeah. And I'm sure in the beginning, even of Firefest, when you were getting everything moving, you got everybody on board. There's probably a lot of luck in the beginning.
Yeah, just the fact that 4 talent suddenly can make the plane, right? That then makes a video that goes viral, and like we were 20 minutes away from them not coming and no one hearing a Firefest. So there's so many things that have to happen for things to go right or wrong, right at that scale. Yeah.
Did you really try to launch a podcast on jail phones?
I did. That's not a good idea. I just don't recommend that.
It's good to acknowledge when we learn that something is a good or a bad idea. So how would that have worked theoretically before? Obviously, I'm going to guess it was the prison that stopped it.
Unclear. I signed a deal with a production company
in prison
over like the prison monitored like messaging system. So that was already not a good idea.
You signed the contract over the phone. So they knew you had signed the prison monitoring.
They have like a computer system with email too. So like you think about you're some guard in like the middle of fucking nowhere, like seeing this douchebag sign some like production agreement over the prison system. You're already like, all right, fuck this guy.
Right.
And then you get a certain number of phone calls per month. Mm-hmm. So we just basically had like a host fly down to a studio and used all my calls in like a day and a half.
Just bank episodes.
And where we fucked up is they put a picture of someone who looked just like me, like in jail, like and the trailer of it. So they thought I was like in there actually recording like on videos. So they dropped the trailer. Then it was like literally minutes. They came to my bed and like,
that's
McFarland, you're out of here.
That's so funny. Was that the end of your phone calls?
I lost my phone for 2 years from that. I couldn't call my family for 2 years afterwards.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
How long were you in there for?
4 total. 4 years.
That's nuts, dude. I thought it was much shorter, to tell you
it's
the
a long
truth.
time.
4 years is a really, really long time.
Especially in your 20s, too, when you're like still trying to figure shit out and like, right.
Yeah.
Kind of a important age.
How long did it take for it to really sink in? Like, this is going to be a really long time. Like, because I'm sure when you first get there, I would imagine, especially for someone like you, I got this, I can get through this, we'll do that. But I mean, 4 years of, like you said, kind of doing nothing. It feels like even longer than 4 years, I would imagine.
It was never like a mentally stable process. I'd meet somebody who I felt like did something way worse and had like 3 months, and I'd meet someone who I felt like didn't do anything wrong and they'd have like 25 years. So like I'd oscillate between like, oh, this is total bullshit to, oh, I'm so lucky, and like that never changed for the whole time. So yeah, it's just like whoever I talked to last would change my perspective on what was fair and what was not fair.
Like you almost have to try to emotionally completely numb yourself and cut yourself off to all of it.
For sure, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then
actually losing the phone, ironically, was probably made the last 2 years a lot easier. I think when I was
you lost the phone in the last 2?
Yeah,
those were the 2 that you lost it for?
I think it actually made it easier because you're just more detached from the world, right? I stopped worrying about things I couldn't control just because I had no access to it, and like that made
that connection is gone. There is no longer a connection to the outside world.
Like I can't worry about like this, that, like business, money, girls, this, that, right? So now I'm just like, all right, I'm here, and like this is my life, and I'm gonna eat my quesadillas with Hochi every night, and like let's get through it.
At a point, do you stop even planning what you're going to do when you get out? Do you just go like, I'm just going to live in this, and then when I get out, I'll get out?
No, I think you have to plan. I think
you
like,
have to.
The second you lose a dream for the future is when you really get fucked. And then you see guys who just like who lose that dream at some point, and then they just like get totally glazed over. It's a scary look.
Wow. So you need the glimmer.
You need the glimmer. You need to be like, you need to have that delusional confidence where I'm going to leave here and I'm going to get work. I'm going to be good for my family, whatever it may be, right? Like the second you don't have that dream, I think your opportunities and prospects just go to zero.
Did you find it difficult to connect emotionally fully after you got out for a while?
Not really.
You were able to kind of click right
I think
back
like
in?
Everybody who I saw, like the people were super guarded, and then like I'd physically feel it in the conversation where they like had like a snap back and be like, oh, it's the same Billy from 15 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But like even my parents I had to have that conversation with. Like every single person had to go through that process. So that was a little weird.
What did your parents think of, I mean, not just you in prison, but also you becoming like a kind of a public pariah, like the whole world associating you with like, this failure of a show, but also lying to people and like, when they would show the locals and everything, like you're the face that's like, hey, you fucked over everyone. How do your parents?
I think it's the same.
deal with that?
This is similar to every other person who I met in prison. The biggest victims are the family and friends who had nothing to do with like whatever you did, right? And, like you're not there to take the punches or take the arrows, and they are, so they get all the heat, and that just like it sucks.
Yeah, and I guess as you're in there, you can't think about that too much, right? Because what are you going to do about it?
There's nothing you can do,
right?
And yeah, so that's why it's tough. Like the walls keep you in, but they also keep people and media and information out, right?
Yeah.
So you're pretty siloed from the real world.
Was anybody visiting you, or were you...
Yeah, I got visited for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a wild thing. 4 years is a long time.
Yeah. I just went back to a prison to visit a music artist last weekend. It was my first time going to a jail since, and the first time going as a visitor, and that was an emotional experience.
I bet.
Yeah, it was so fucking weird.
Do you feel like you have this thing now that like
Eli came with me? We drove up all the way up to upstate New York. It was a weird experience.
I'll bet. Were you like? Was there a part of you that didn't want to walk in because you're like you know what it's like to walk in and not be allowed out?
100%.
Like they're gonna is there a little thing that goes? They're gonna figure something out. They let me out too early. I did something. Yeah. And once you're in,
yes, that was like I'm like when are they gonna be like, oh, we forgot him? Like bring him back too.
Yeah.
But
because what are you gonna argue your way? Once you're in, you're in.
So the thing, you were in a room with all the families before you go into the visit. So I'd only been in the perspective of the prisoner, right, where you wait for your family to walk in the door, but seeing like the emotions of the families where they have to come before and after, like to get processed, like. That was fucking weird.
Oh, yeah, because they're getting processed and kind of being treated like, you know, this is what we do in jail, but they're not used to it.
But like seeing their emotions, like their excitement and fear before, some would leave happy, some would leave crying, it was like, that was a weird experience.
I mean, do you think about that you have this thing, like you doing 4 years in prison, is this life experience that so everybody is fascinated by it. There's 100 TV shows about it, but like, nobody really knows what that is if they haven't lived it. And it's not like you're a violent criminal, that this was something that was... I couldn't imagine that before you went to prison, you ever thought you would end up in prison.
It's just, first of all, definitely not. And second, it's just like adult timeout, right? And like timeout sucked as a kid for 20 minutes. Imagine doing that for years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think a lot of people as well, Billy, you've told me, off the record, jumped on the bandwagon and made it out as though there were bigger victims than they actually were. One of them's, the lady in the Bahamas who raised a lot of money, kept it all, and,
Oh, interesting.
A lot of people jumped on the bandwagon, made this guy to be a scumbag and everything, and some people benefited financially pretty well from it.
I think the weirdest thing for me is the people who were the real victims were really the investors, right? The public didn't have a lot of sympathy for them. So then they shifted the narrative to create other victims who weren't the actual victims. So I'm like, the people who I actually wronged, they're being ignored. I always thought that was fucked up. And people who weren't wronged, all of a sudden are the ones who are now wrong.
Who were the people that you thought were wrong?
The investors.
Like, the investors.
Yeah, like the people who I'd known for years who backed me and like trusted me. Like that's who I owe, emotionally, morally, financially, whatever it may be, right?
Yeah.
Or like someone in the Bahamas.
You're talking about millions and millions of dollars that they gave you and trusted you.
Correct. But someone from the Bahamas claiming they weren't paid, who have, it's just it's total bullshit.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess that is, but it's hard for an average human to have sympathy for somebody that has millions of dollars to invest, right?
And if you're watching in, the middle of America and you see some New York City billionaire lose $1 million, like you're like, whatever. Like,
yeah.
But it's wrong, but it's hard to relate as someone who's watching this show.
Do you feel like you did it? No, I mean, I know you lied knowingly. You said you did. But do you feel like the intention behind the lie was like, I know that this is not going to work? Or do you feel like you always were clinging on to, I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to get the money.
It doesn't make it right, but we all thought that it was going to work, or certainly I did until the last second.
Right.
And then I wrongly thought that I had to make everybody happy, and the only way was to make the festival work. Like, so beyond the money, it's like all these investors they put themselves on the line, and like I think a lot of them probably cared more about the event succeeding for their social status than they did for their pocketbook, which is it's sad, but it's true, right? So it's like I wrongly justified to myself that it was okay because once this works, everybody's going to win in whatever way they want to win.
Do you look, after your experience, do you look at people who get busted for like Ponzi schemes and stuff like that differently?
For sure. I think the weirdest thing is, and it's happening less so now, but for the first year or two after I left jail, almost everybody I met for the first time, they told me the worst thing they've ever done in their life to try to connect with me. I'm like, it's a pretty fucked up world out there. It's like I did 4 years and you did that.
Yeah. That really is funny. Like
you really?
I want you to know I'm not judging you because I've done this.
Literally.
And you're going, I want you to know I am judging you. Judging you. You're a bad person.
And like I go home and see this person in the newspaper like, oh, like all-American heartthrob, like great guy. I'm like, I don't know about this. Like,
Don't turn the calendar to autumn just yet. There's plenty of summer left. Sam Roberts Show's Summer of Sam. We'll be right back.
When it comes to laughs, more is better. Introducing SiriusXM's Comedy in Full. Comedy in Full delivers full-length stand-up albums curated for smooth listening and continuous laughs. We're talking back to back to back. No skipping, no short clips. Just the entire show, the way comedy was meant to be heard. Ready to start your comedy binge? Open the SiriusXM app and stream Comedy in Full now. Just search Comedy in Full.
Draft a winning fantasy football team with the experts of SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio.
Wait on the quarterback. I think the position is as deep as it's been in years.
Hear winning strategies, player projections, and expert drafts to help you build a championship team.
When the sure things at running back and receiver run out, take Josh Allen.
We're talking fantasy football right now on Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87. And check out our audio draft kit anytime on the SiriusXM app. Just search Draft Season.
As parents, we have a million things running through our minds. Playdates, checkups, laundry, diapers, work, groceries.
and Disney and Club 33 and all these secret languages that I don't know anything about. But I will say that Joey and Joe have connected in a deep way with just about everybody in this room already due to shared interests. So welcome, guys.
Thank you, Sam.
Welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. Now, did you guys work? Did both of you work in Universal before
Disney
NSYNC?
and Universal. And Disney Universal.
Both of you did Disney and
Didn't know each
Universal.
other until we met actually at Universal. We did a show in the theme park. It was a musical called the Beetlejuice Graveyard Review Show.
Oh, that sounds very good.
Yes, it's a mouthful too. Yeah, it's not there anymore. It is down. The ride is the Fast and Furious ride now. That's over there. It's taking its place. But Joe was actually Beetlejuice. He played Beetlejuice.
I was.
Congratulations.
Probably
Thanks.
not the greatest Beetlejuice, but he was really good. He was
Not
not
the
bad.
greatest?
Tom Alera was pretty good. He was
Hold
up
on,
there.
Joe. Not to be sorry,
No,
Sam.
here we
Please,
go.
no, this is important. He took a shot.
Because I know
He
exactly
took
what
a
he's going to
shot.
say. Even
Hold
though
on.
you might not have been the greatest, you were the highest paid.
You were the highest paid Beetlejuice?
To this day, I was the highest paid entertainer of Universal of all time because there was a mistake in human resources that we did a thing called publicity fee. Like if I did your interview as Beetlejuice to promote Back to the Future or whatever, they'd pay you $55. I would go, but I would go and do 25 of those a day times 55. So
just nonstop.
So at the end of the week, I was making like $4,500 for the week, and I'm like dressed up as a clown, basically. And they came to me and they're like, "Hey, we have a little conflict here." Blah blah. And they changed the rules when I left.
So you were not you were not booked to do these. You were booking yourself to do the interview.
No, they booked. Yeah, I was promoting Universal. I traveled all over the world promoting Universal.
But then, how did you get all those interviews if they didn't realize that
they did it? And then at the end of it, they were
it
like,
was
"Joe, you did 26 today. Okay, times 55 plus my hourly rate plus a minimum
the hourly-
plus.
Oh, I love that.
Anyway, yeah, so we met each other at the
That's
theme
some
park.
Lou Pearlman shit right there.
First of all,
it wasn't his fault. It was going
how
through
was
the
that a
system.
Lou Pearlman twist? I mean, where'd that come from?
I just watched the doc. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, we did. Funny enough, though, we did that together. I played the Wolfman, Harry, and Howling, and everything else. And then, it was like a musical, though. It was actually kind of fun. It was a cool little 20-minute show. But again, we met each other there. Then I started actually, believe it or not, when I was in high school. I joined the group with NSYNC. I was showing Joe, hey, check out these videos. We're kind of famous, and he was like, "This will never happen. This sucks. This is absolutely horrible."
I'm Beetlejuice, bro. I'm not with this boy band crap.
I love that. So you're like, I'm making $4K a week as Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
This is lame. I don't know what you're doing.
Exactly. So then he started seeing things, and he actually worked for the Chicago Bulls. He did a bunch of other stuff out there, like as far as entertainment during the halftime shows and all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he was on the road and familiar with that kind of stuff. So he was like, hey, basically, I call him my bag bitch is actually what he was. That's what I call him, but not really. He used to carry my bags, but now he's my manager, so understood. But he literally took on the job
in the adult entertainment industry. I believe they're called suitcase pimps.
I like that.
I'm going to use that. That's a good shirt.
Yeah.
Suitcase pimp. I like that. Suitcase pimp. I'm using that. So we honestly started going on the road, and we needed somebody to really help us with a lot of stuff. So he came on the road with us, then became an assistant, then became tour manager, then manager, and now he manages myself, Boys to Men. Done a lot of other stuff with colleagues with En Vogue, the Jacksons. Who else?
No, it's been a good run. NSYNC was really a big platform for me and Joey and a bunch of us. We were just saying that earlier, that a lot of the guys today, like you go out and you see Bruno Mars, or you go out and see Lady Gaga, and we see guys who we started with that are working for them and doing stuff with them. And it's cool because we all look at each other and go, do you realize we didn't know what the hell we were doing back then? It was just a bunch of new people in the. I think that's why NSYNC was not only so successful, but why they stayed on the right path, is because none of us knew. We didn't come from any background. We were just like, that makes sense. Let's do it. That's fun. Let's do it. Like, that was the attitude that they had, and it carried over.
I also thought it was interesting though that you were an employee of the band specifically, right? Like you were working. He was working just with you guys, not with a label.
Correct.
Not with Lou.
No. He was our everyday. Yeah, he was our everyday basically guy. He really was. Anytime, he even tells a story like once in a while. We'll tell the story about like when you used to go to McDonald's.
So I was hired by the five of them. I was really the only employee that was just the five of them. Other people were hired through Johnny Wright and worked for the management, or they're Lou Pearlman in the label, or so forth and so on. And I remember about a month into the gig, I went to Johnny and I said, hey man, tell me how you want me to carry this out, because I know I don't work for you, but what you guys have going on is working. I'm not the guy that's going to come in and be like, oh, I'm the only one. I'm going to tell. I never did that. So I think that developed a great relationship, and there was some loyalty there amongst all of us. But back to Joey's point, we were in New York City, I think. It was late at night, and I get a phone call from one of them that says, hey, can you get me Chick-fil-A? It's like 2:30 in the morning. And there was a 24 hours, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, one of those. And I said, and I almost said, bitch, it's 2:30 in the morning is what I almost said. But I caught myself going, what do you want? And I wrote it all down, and I remember in the elevator going, I was Beetlejuice making all this money, and now I'm going to get these goddamn guys fries, but they can't get their own little asses up in the morning. What? And I opened the door, and there's thousands of people outside the hotel. And it hit me, and I said, wait a minute, they can't go out. Like,
right.
Unfortunately, this seems like a minimal job, but it's part of the job. So for me, it was like, this is how big this has become. They do need people to do certain things for them because they physically cannot do it. There's no way Joey at that time could have came down in the lobby. It would have been a zoo.
Was there when you're going through that, is that a part of you that's like, damn, I miss when I could go to a 24-hour McDonald's?
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, it was like that. There were times that we couldn't go to the mall. Like, obviously, the malls were popular back then, but we couldn't go to the malls together because once the word of mouth happened, because, again, there was no cell phones, but the people would call people, and then it would just trickle through.
Like, literally go to a payphone and call their friend at home.
Yes, or get page a text or whatever. Not even, it was like those little SkyTel text pagers.
Yeah.
Remember those little things?
100%.
Beam me up. So we literally would have to go, like, separate. Like, every once in a while, I'd be like, okay, me, Lance, you want to go? We'll go together. Only two, because if it was more, it was pandemonium after a while. And then even going to the movie theater and stuff like that, we actually started getting private theaters after shows because we weren't able to go to theater. One time we went to a theater, me and Lance, literally just went, and we were like in a rush. Excuse me. And as we walk in, we go to get some. Can we get some popcorn? And the lady just stands there and looks at us. And we're like, we just kind of large popcorn? Just freezes. And we're like, hi, the movie, we're late. The movie already started. Can we get, and I'm not kidding, it still stood there like, oh my gosh, the other person came by. Hey, and both of them stared. We're like, what are you, can we just get popcorn? Yeah. It was that kind of thing. So it was crazy. We had to go, security had to check our rooms just in case anybody was there. Yeah. We've seen people hiding under room service tables, the drapes was draped over somebody. One time we were in the hallway, and I remember we were walking to my room, and all security says, hang on a second. We're like, what? He goes, wait a minute. Literally lifts up, there was a table in the hallway draped over, he lifts up the napkin, and the two girls were underneath the thing. He's like, get out, go. They would just want to say hi. Like, no, just get out.
Wow.
It was crazy.
We were in Rio for Rock in Rio, which was an incredible experience for all of us.
That's crazy.
And I was in my room, and I heard a bang outside the window, and I'm like, man, they're washing the windows. And I opened the drapes, and there was somebody kicking trying to find what room they were in.
Like from the
side
roof
of the building. Yeah, I had to call security. That to bring them down. I was like, that's how wild and crazy it got at some point.
Dude, that's in.
I'm happy I'm in the position now that I'm in that doesn't happen anymore. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
And then you talked about them going out or being on tour. There was a highlight that I remember Joey said we'd be gone for 3 or 4 months, and we would get home, and he would call me and say, you know how nice it is to drive? because he didn't drive for 4 or 5 months because they just
Right.
traveled around, always was in a car. Like you think of that, your life becomes, the reality of your life becomes very different. And that's why in the documentary, we feel like it was kind of fun for all these guys, AJ, Nick Lachey, Eric Estrada, Lance Bass, Wanye from Boyz II Men. They all exposed and just talked about their life and talked about the mentality that they were in and have become. But the coolest thing is they're not promoting anything. They're not saying, come listen to my record. We love it, man. We wrote this song. We feel it I wrote it for my girl. None of that. This is just like, man, I kind of went through it. And there's a human element that kind of crosses through the whole thing, that no matter who you are, what you are, everybody goes through certain things. And they're just kind of talking about life where you, just like LeBron James, everybody thinks his life is great because you see the lights on for 2 hours. What's the other 22 hours like? And that's what we kind of talked about.
And the promotion thing is right, because when you're in the thick of it, you can't go on TRL and be like, it sucks. I haven't been able to drive in a while, because they're going to be like, this ungrateful son of a bitch.
Exactly. What are you talking about? Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, again, it's one of those things where, people even say, oh, woe is me. You're a celebrity. What do you mean? But it's like, you know what? We go through everything, and sometimes it's even just more heightened. Even in the doc, I go about saying, I almost went bankrupt, but I never said it publicly. I'm not going to tell everybody, by the way, I'm almost going to go bankrupt, because if you say something like that or just file and something happens, bankruptcy is this and that, oh my gosh, and then anything I do after that, oh, he must have needed the money because he's bankrupt. It's always that trickle effect.
Right.
And
you can't do anything, like whatever you're hosting, whatever you're doing.
I did a commercial one time for a good friend of mine, hilarious enough. And this is the God honest truth, was so funny. Met Bruce Olden, his name, a friend of mine, owns Phantom Fireworks Company. Phantom Fireworks, big
firework company.
CEO,
Sure.
head guy. One day he called me up. I said, he always used to hook me up with fireworks. So he's like, hey, one day you want to do a commercial for me? So I said, heck yeah, I'll do it for you for nothing.
You pounded the thing.
So yeah, you like that?
I'm just letting you know. Sorry, I'm the audio tech now. Sorry.
No, it is. Yeah.
Jeez, he gets anything. OCD, this guy. Soup. So
go ahead, Bruce Olden. We're back now.
We're back.
Bruce
So we're
Olden.
back now. So I did this commercial that went on YouTube, and it was a little cheesy, fun commercial. I'm like, hey, load the fireworks. I did it for nothing because the guy used to give me fireworks. People are like, oh my gosh, Joey did this commercial. He needed the money. I'm like, no, honestly, now if you go to Phantom Fireworks, you see a cake, one of those firework cakes, it says Fat One on it. And it has my face on it. So that is the only reason why I did that commercial, really, was because a buddy of mine, I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
He's got his own firework.
But people think like certain things that you do, it's either for the money. A lot of times, sometimes it's just for the fun of it, or something that I enjoy doing, or actually it has a connection to me or some way, shape, or form.
Right. Or it's like, a dude that you're like, I like that dude. I'm going to do it for
paid.
and you're getting paid.
Well, yeah, in that case, you
Certain
didn't
ones.
get paid. But,
No,
right?
but it was just cool. No, it's just fun to do things like that, I think. And I think, with this document, it peels back a lot of stories like that, or a lot of interesting stories of, how these guys, like we said, how does everybody get to where they were?
Yeah.
And then what happens afterwards. And it's not just, as you were saying, sometimes it says about Lou Pearlman. There's other stories about other boy bands that we talk about, which is a boy band called Forever in Your Mind, which was way later than us and, past the NSYNC days. So it kind of gives a deep dive, like I said, of all this stuff and all these kind of stories and stuff that we're just even chit-chatting about as well.
Well, yeah, and I think, too, that's the thing about performing, especially several years ago before, the internet kind of made everything accessible, that there were those kind of gatekeepers over entertainment, and everybody wants to be famous, and everybody wants to be a star, and it's so intoxicating that it becomes very easy to take advantage, especially of younger people.
Correct.
Especially somebody who just graduated high school or whatever
they're hungry
it is.
for it, yeah.
Right. And then it's always funny to me when people are like, will you sign the contract? And you're like, I was a kid. I was 18.
And not only that, AJ says it in the doc. It's like, listen, if I don't sign that, somebody else is. And that might be my dream, and I might miss that chance.
I mean, God bless him. You interviewed the guy who was one of the original members of NSYNC.
Yep, Jason.
And he's I'm sure his life is great, but also part of him has to be going like, what's worse than not making all of the NSYNC money, making none of the NSYNC money? You know what I mean?
I don't even think it's just the NSYNC. It's just the opportunity, the life that you see. Because I tell Joey all the time, there's a lot of people that make a lot of money, but the life that he has lived, you can't pay for.
Oh, yeah. And you see that sometimes when billionaires get a taste of fame.
Oh, it's crazy. But there's so many times that people have approached me with money and like, yo, how can I get into this party? I'll pay anything. I'm like, listen, it's a ticket. It's not even you can't pay for this. It's not a transaction like that. Well, I'll be your buddy. I'll come and hang out. I'm like, no, it just doesn't work that way.
Right.
I've had people do it's crazy.
Like they want to be, you're right. They want to be famous. They want the attention. And I feel like sometimes billionaires will go into a room with celebrities and they just don't understand, like, why is everybody excited to see the celebrity? Why aren't they excited to see me?
Well, then their ego kicks in. I got more money than them, and I'll buy this. And then they buy the 10 bottles and the fireworks at the table. And you're sitting there going, poor guy just spent $70 grand. just for somebody to say hi.
Yeah.
We're over here
That's
getting
so
a free
weird.
drink.
Right.
There's 100 people around us. So yeah, no, that's an interesting twist. We saw a lot of that traveling around. You see a lot of people. That a lot.
I'm sure. When did you realize? Like, at what point in the group did you realize like this is a sort of no turning back? Like our lives are different forever. Thing.
I don't know. It kind of started obviously in Germany, but in a weird sense, it's like it was like another life because we were there for 2.5 years. We started out in Germany. So meaning like when we went over there, people knew who we were. We came back to the States, like you were saying, nobody knew who we were.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of a nice double life of what was going on. We were like, everyone's like, yay! When we got off the plane, we came back to the States, they're like, who are you? You know, it was really funny. But then as it started happening, obviously, I think for me, it's like doing the Jay Leno's, you know, the TV shows, those shows where all of a sudden, like, you know what? I think we really made it. You know, doing The Simpsons is one of the ones where, you know, not many people get a chance to do, certain celebrities do, but not a whole lot. That's when you go, you know what? I think this is actually something where, you know, I've made it. I've done these things that are pop culture or in pop culture that are now we're doing.
I think that if I can add to that, which I will.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, thank you. No, the one thing that made me sit back and just kind of catch my breath was the No Strings Attached, the line around the corner to buy the album the day it came out.
In the city,
now,
yeah.
Before that, they were popular. They had a few songs on the radio. They did arenas. All that's great, cute, fun band, yay. But seeing all the...
That's what I said.
Me too.
Seeing the line around the corner and seeing literally thousands of people lined up.
It was a Virgin Megastore here in the city. It went from the line, and I remember it went down the street, all the way completely down the avenue, around the block, and almost touched to the other side of where it was. So that was I remember we drove around a limo. We were like, "What?"
All of us were like,
"Holy cow!"
My God!
And again, that was the first. That's when it broke the record of 1.2 million the first day, 2.4 in the first week.
I mean, I remember when that album came out.
Crazy.
It was like that's one of those that
it's
like,
surreal. It really is to think back. It's so surreal. Like that many people waited online to buy it.
Yeah.
That many people, 1 million people the same day went and bought it.
You don't even have that experience anymore. That's not a thing.
Well, that's what we were talking about too. It's like, you know, there's so many friendships that have come out of those things by people being online waiting for the tickets or waiting for the albums. People don't do that anymore. They're just on their phone.
Right.
They just buy the tickets. Oh, yeah, well, we'll see you at the concert.
Yeah.
There's no like meetup. There's no lead up. There's no that friendship or that kind of thing anymore.
Where like you have to go like, no, we want to get to this, you know, whatever it is, in-store signing. Yeah. And we know we have to get there early or we have to know this guy or we have to, and you kind of, but it's all, that was all tangible. It wasn't online.
Well, that's the thing. We should do that maybe one day too, a little test where you actually, a concert or a show where you literally buy it. You can't get it online. You can't, you have to go to box office and buy the ticket.
A throwback night?
Heck yes.
So to that point, there's connections that fans made that they became vested in these guys. And that's why today we still see fans who come up to them and they taught their kids about NSYNC, and Deadpool helped, you know, obviously with the bye. But you see it becomes a part of their life. And then they meet friends. It's almost like a country club, but it's not a country club. It's just friends with the same interests that they have lifelong friends because of a group. Which I always found that to be kind of weird, but it's not weird when you think about it. It's just self-interest, you know, and it's
like a book club.
It's like a book club that just so happens to have music.
It just happened in here when you guys started talking about Disney World.
Yeah, you saw it, right?
Yeah,
exactly. He lit up, right?
Because they all say he goes, "What Club 33?" I'm like, what club you talking? Oh, you know? I'm like, okay, I got. So let me explain which rooms then.
And me and Sam got bored when you guys were talking about that.
All right, let's spin it up. Let's go.
By the way, when we drove by and the thousands of people were out, this is the kind of personality that NSYNC and general had. One of them would roll the window down and be like, "The album sucks," talking about themselves, and the fans would go crazy. Like that was we were just a bunch of kids.
Don't wait online. Go tomorrow.
yeah, we were a bunch of kids just living this weird fantasy that, and like I said, I say a bunch of kids. I happen to be fortunate to be with them, and that for me, I think about it all the time. I read an article or I see something, and I'm like, man, I was there. It's kind of surreal to think you lived through the pop culture. I couldn't imagine what it's like to be them, and that's why in the documentary everybody really opens up because they kind of show what it was like to be them.
We know what it was like. You know, I mean, there's always have somebody that does, and again, it is what it is, but when you sit in a chair, and I was telling him this, like you get these guys in a chair, and you know, boy bands, you ask them the question, you put them in a bright, you know, sometimes some of them are already automatic to know the answers or say the answers.
Sure.
So that's why we're like, just talk about you. Tell me what's going on, and tell me, and there's things I can chime in on. When I was in there, sitting in there, a few things with Johnny Wright and a couple of people, they'd say a story. I'm like, what about this? You remember that? So I can actually obviously relate to it. And I think that's why this for this document, it really works and it really opens up and pulls back a lot of things that maybe not everybody was or were afraid to say. And also now are even obviously older and stronger. There's a lot of guys here that dealt with, mental depression, addiction. You have the whole everything.
Am I good enough?
Yeah.
Why me? Why did I live this
Molestation.
life?
It's crazy to know, and knowing that some of that stuff is still happening today. People will be like, it's not me, whatever, and then people are still getting screwed over with their deals in certain ways. People just finding different loopholes and different ways to figure it out, or manipulative, or whatever it be. And it's tough, and I think that's why I keep reiterating so much about this doc, just to get it out. It's not be like, we need to let everybody know how bad things are. But no, in life it happens. It happens to anybody and everybody. It's just sometimes heightened just because we're in the eye of the public.
And Joey said twice while they were doing the interview, just let it go, because I know you're holding back. Just let it go. And they would let it go. And he goes, but I'm also going to protect you, because if you say something or tell me a story that you go,
just say you don't
oh God, I wish I didn't say that. We're not doing that. And I think they felt very comfortable with the fact that we were like, we're on your side. This isn't about.
Yeah, because you lived it too.
Right.
Yeah,
but
the
cool thing about
dirt,
it,
right?
But the cool thing about it, everything that they said was just like, thank you so much, or whatever. This was really good, or therapeutic, or I forgot about that story, and we're kind of reliving it as they were talking about it. So it was just really, again, really fascinating. I hope I'm sure we will be able to do a lot more, and we have so many more hours of footage of other people that we still haven't even got a chance to see yet.
They, we had Boys to Men in a while back, like years ago, but I'll never forget one of the questions was about okay, we're talking about, the rise. When did you know, okay, maybe things are getting a little bit shaky? And the answer was so great. It was the minute 50 Cent came out with a song that said, I'm into having sex, I'm not into making love. They said, we're screwed. We're done. This is it. Right? And so I'm like, I never would have considered that. But of course, because it's kind of shifting pop culture and everything, right? Was there... When Eminem started talking about Chris Kirkpatrick,
get your ass kicked.
Was there any part of you guys that were going like, "Oh shit! Like, don't make this a cool thing"?
No, that we thought it was great.
You
we
loved
thought it was
it.
hysterical. Chris was like, "Whoa! How the hell? Why would he even rhyme my name in this?" But that is amazing.
We asked him.
all thought
we asked him.
Yeah.
I saw him in a hallway at MTV. Yeah. I saw him in a hallway. And I said, of all people, Chris Kirkpatrick, and he literally looked up and said, that's the only thing that rhyme with ass quick. Ass kick. And I'm like, oh, yeah. That's what he said.
That's so
That's
funny.
the only thing that rhyme with ass kick.
I guess that's what it is, being in a boy band and nobody realized that rhymed with get your ass kicked.
Yeah, Chris Kirkpatrick. It's amazing. But,
but it wasn't it was just like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yes, we were. I think for us, we never took ourselves too seriously in that way. So if there was anything making fun of or anything that had to deal with that, or it was like, bring it. You're talking about us. Obviously, we put a dent in pop culture to make you talk about us.
I mean, a huge dent.
That's crazy.
By the way, it was only a short period of time. Yeah. People don't realize that.
That was, I thought, so great in the doc, because we were actually, I don't even remember how it came up, but a couple weeks ago or something, we were in here arguing about whether NSYNC or Backstreet Boys had a better run. And I was like...
Backstreet?
Well, I was arguing hard for the number of hits that NSYNC had, and it hit me when I was watching the doc that I was like, that's because it all happened in one quick, like...
I think I said that in the doc. I think I said, man, it was only really like a 4-year span. You look at Backstreet. I mean, come on. First of all, we're friends with all those guys. We respect them. We love what they're doing. Yeah. We went to the Sphere. Joey was so proud. I was so proud. We were like, this is incredible. Not only just what they've done, but the way they made people feel. The whole crowd was in white. Yeah. The whole city was into it. I mean, we were like, bravo to all you guys. Incredible. But when we look back on it, we just said the other day, Joey goes, I'll be in an elevator. I'm going to hear a Backstreet Boys song 20 years from now. I Want It That Way is like an incredible record.
It's incredible.
And it's just going to be in every elevator and every grocery store.
Either. It's amazing.
Right? Quit Playing Games with My Heart. NSYNC had more fun, hipper. Is that a better word?
Up-tempo too as well. There was more mid-tempo for them and ballads. But
yeah, but I think that Backstreet as a whole, the 30-something plus years they've done, their body of work is unlike any other boy band and or just group in general. They've done an incredible job.
Well, think about it. They just reinvented, not even reinvented themselves. They're doing the same thing. I'm not saying the same thing as far as, but the albums, and now younger generation is into it.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
The younger generation's into all it. That's what's amazing to me, that now that the good thing is Spotify and all this stuff and XM, and you have all this music now that you would never hear before, and you're hearing all these music songs around the world now. I think back in the day, you had to get it as an import. You know what I mean? You had to buy the CD from an import.
Yeah.
All the time we'd have all these songs and we bring them back, and they're like, Who the heck is this person? Who's Tic-Tac-Toe? Who's DJ Bo? Who are all these people? It's like all of these people. Now you hear, type it up and it's there. I think it's great.
Was there any part of you when you're like seeing Backstreet Boys do Sphere, and then such a great job.
I'm sitting there, you son of a motherfucker.
Like, can you imagine what NSYNC would do if everybody would just get together? Can you imagine what NSYNC at the Sphere would do?
You know what? We've actually had the conversation in the sense of if we were to do something. Obviously, many people have asked what the question is, and I think everybody's head is not 100% in it right now because everybody has their own lives. They have kids now. Back in the day when we were on tour, doing the stadium tour, I had a child. I was 23 years old.
Right.
Nobody else had kids then, so they could not relate to anything that was going on when I was doing. Now all of a sudden they're like, well, I got to, now they're 6, 7 years old. Some of these kids, they're young. JC's the only one that's smart. He doesn't have any kids. But the other guys, they all have kids. So it's like now they're learning, well, I want to spend time with my family. I need time with this and I want time with that. I was like, oh, now you want time.
Now.
Do you remember when I was doing stuff and I get pulled away? And again, it may not be ready. And I think I even said that. I said, I'm 49. You got Justin, who now is what?
45.
45. I'm just saying he's a little bit younger. Even
And
though
Chris
it sounds
is
funny.
54, turning 55 this year.
First of all, when I get any younger, that's the problem about that. But I think everybody is
You can
not.
still jump up and down, crisscross those legs a little bit.
Crisscross crack sauce is a little hurt. But it's like it's one of those things of what's the timing of it? When can we do this? And I think in a few years, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see anything happen in a few years. But you never know. It's one of those things. But I think we've had a conversation to where everybody's head is kind of like,
Bro, if you all you could all sit on stools in the middle of the Sphere, we'd all still come and see NSYNC at the
I've
Sphere.
said it many times, but some people are very artistic in their way. Some people are very into their music. And, hey, got to respect that.
Sure.
I'm more of a performer. I'm like, let's go.
Right.
That's the way I am for me, and I've always been that way. But, again, we have very, amazing hits and nostalgic songs, so it's like kind of like why not? So hopefully one day.
It's so fun when you think about hitting people generationally, like you were just saying, younger generations and everything. There is one person in this room right now that said Joey Fatone. I go, yeah. That person says.
Joe, you ready? What show?
I know him from Hannah Montana.
Right?
Hey, by the way, okay.
Joey Vitolo, baby. Joey Vitolo. I look like a freaking baked potato in that outfit. Oh, it's awful.
Try the veal.
Yeah, try the veal. I don't know where I wish I wanted to wear that vest in that outfit is. Yeah.
You don't have the outfit still?
No, I wanted to take it, but they didn't give it to me. Trust me.
Oh,
so I love that you said that because me and Joey did an experiment. We didn't try to do it. We were walking down. He was doing Rent. This is 2000. Was it Rent or we were doing something in New York? We're walking down the street and a police officer stops and goes up to him and says, "I just want to let you know, my mom loves Big Fat Greek Wedding. One of my favorite movie ever. My favorite." And Joey goes, "Oh, thanks." Shakes hand, walks off. A little girl comes up and goes, "Hannah Montana, you were in Hannah Montana." Joey goes, "Oh, thank you very much." And this is not a joke. The next block, "Dude, when are you going back on Practical Jokers? That was so damn
so
funny."
Everybody remembers me from this.
Nobody said NSYNC. And I said to Joey, I go, the best. I am so proud of you. Like,
yes,
that to me
Doing
is so
stuff,
damn cool because none of that was rehearsed. None of that was that was legitimate life, and all these people have a memory of you being in their life.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
he just laughed at it, but I was like, think about what just took
so
place.
far, I haven't really sucked at anything yet. And of course, great. You want to surround yourselves with good people. Let's be real. It's not just you. People always think, it's that one person. No.
Yeah.
Same thing. Big Fat Greek Wedding was an independent film. Auditioned for it real quick. Didn't think anything of it. We were actually trying to do a show with Playtone Productions, which was Tom Hanks' company.
Yeah, of course.
We were supposed to do something with NSYNC. Never happened. Then all of a sudden, I went to walk in the office to say hi. They're like, "Oh, they're doing an audition for this movie. It's called Big Fat Greek. It's an independent film. You might be really good for one of the cousins because it's a small role." I go, "When's the audition?" They go, "Right now." I go, "Really? Here's the sides." I walked in the room, did the audition, walked out. I go, "Yeah, this is bullshit. I'm not getting anything." And walked and left. And then, like 2-3 days later, they called up and said, "Hey, they loved what you did. They want you to do the movie." Okay, didn't think any of it. Did the movie, sat on the shelf for almost 2 years after it was done, and then slowly it went out in theaters and just started picking up traction.
It was a monster.
Yeah, it was the biggest romantic comedies of all time. So weirdly to say that I've been in one of the biggest bands of all time and one of the biggest movies of romantic comedy movies of all time, which is weird to say that in the same breath. It's crazy.
And you got a doll slash action figure. I don't know how we would categorize it, but when they put those marionettes
It's a marionette doll.
on,
It's an action figure, yeah.
on store shelves. That's also how you know how powerful NSYNC was, that they brought back marionettes for people.
It was all part of the No Strings Attached.
100%.
Theme. It was great.
100%.
Didn't the Hannah Montana come from Dancing with the Stars, Billy Ray Cyrus?
Yeah.
So
We were on set, yeah. We were on set.
He was doing Dancing with the Stars. Billy Ray was in Dancing with the Stars. His daughter came, Hannah. Or
And then my
Miley.
daughter's a huge fan, so I was like,
Yeah.
yo, my daughter's a huge fan of your daughter's show. He's like, oh, man, really? Why don't you come on down to set and do it? I was like, really? Literally within the next week, is like, hey, we got a script. Here's a character. You're going to play this guy.
Wow.
All right. Literally, that's how it happened. I was like,
Isn't that great? All these things are just like, off the cuff.
Right
like
place at the right time.
That's it.
And those are the things that are fun, though. Those
That's
are
right.
those ones that are you at least expect. We started to realize now where the bigger production things, the more of a the bigger production, the easier certain things are.
Correct.
The smaller production, it's more tedious. Like meaning, like people are like, oh, you need to do that. It's like a lot more of a
The
headache.
less paying not easy. The less paying smaller gig is a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger
At times.
paying huge gig is so much fun, and not because of the money. They just got it all together. It's a very strange.
Yeah. Like
It's a
I was
very-
saying, just walked in, did the thing, boom, bang, it was fun, it was great. Sometimes you do one of these big, there's other things, and you're like sitting there for hours going, what are we doing?
And I told Joey, I tell him all the time, the greatest things in life come when you're not looking. He wasn't looking for that. He wasn't looking for Big Fat. He wasn't
There's a
looking
lot
for
of things we
NSYNC.
weren't
He
looking for.
and that includes me. That includes, and if you think about even your listeners,
You
if
weren't
think
looking for
about it,
Beetlejuice?
No, that stumbled upon me.
Boom.
Seriously, I was Frankenstein. I was a
supposed to be a
baseball
baseball player.
I was played with Johnny Damon. I was a baseball player. Threw gas. It's a left-handed pitcher. Okay. Anyway, all these scouts come to see. I get hurt. Nobody calls me back. I have surgery on my shoulder. 27 colleges want to give you a scholarship, and nobody calls you back after you get hurt. Greatest lesson at 17 years old. A friend of mine goes, go work at, come be Goofy or Winnie the Pooh. I was like, okay. So I went to Disney, and I fell in love with entertainment because it's the same locker room. There's really no human resources. People in entertainment are weird. It's great. I fit right into it. Then I went to Universal Studios because 25 cents more an hour. I started working. Seriously. I started working there, and I'm like, face characters, they make $15 an hour? This is back in 1991.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't look like Groucho Marx. I don't look like that. I don't look like Beetlejuice, but I'm like, my personality, let me just audition for it. And that's how it kind of happened for me. And then I met them and blah, 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 blah from there.
Well, Boy Band Confidential, 2-parter, out now, HBO Max. I would recommend it. It's just kind of it's a truthful look at what was going on during a period of time that I think like we can all relate to. A lot of us, if you're, we're all a similar generation. I think a lot of people listening are the same, and we were all there when it was all happening. And I think it is kind of like it's at least eye-opening to see how much was going on behind the scenes, and I think and like you said earlier, I think it's super important to know because it's like you hope that the more light you put on that stuff, the less likely it is that those mistakes continue.
Do you have kids?
I do. I have 3 kids.
Okay, I have 3 kids. Joey has 2. And part of this whole thing was they're constantly showing us how great the people they love on Instagram. Look at so-and-so. Look at her life. Look at her life. We have daughters, right? And me and Joey were like, we need to expose that all those people on Instagram also have the same problems we all have. So that was a underlying theory of this that we didn't hit on. But that's why we decided to do this. And when 2 times we said no, as we were putting it together, we were like, I don't like it. I don't feel like we're giving everybody justice because it feels like we're trying to, because we're getting pressure from outside going, go dark, go dark, go dark. And we're like, we're not doing that. It just naturally became what it became as we interviewed everybody.
Sam's not done hitting dingers.
Yeah, what about all the dingers during the steroid era?
Dinger means more when, you have 12 a season, like I think